It's a 5! A 5!
Alright, we should be good to go. I'm kind of placed in my camera a little bit. Hi, there I am. Everybody else is where their name appears, so.
Are you sure about that?
No, I'm not. I just had the webcam crap out on me 2 minutes before we started. It's not good. It really throws off the rhythm when you've been prepared all day and then you have technical difficulties. So, all right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Roll for Initiative. Yeah, we're going to jump right into this. A couple of quick announcements for the beginning of the stream. I've linked our Extra Life campaign. Be awesome if we could get, a couple more donations there. So please, if you can, donate to that. Goes to Children's Miracle Network. Helps kids in hospitals have a little bit of entertainment. So that's a really good cause. And other than that, you guys have any announcements, anything you want to plug before we get started?
Go watch Goose Egg Gamers. I haven't put anything new up there in like 3 years, but go watch.
Still good content.
Yep, their latest one, I believe, is putting the kids to sleep.
I think that probably was, yeah.
Wow. There's a
We need to
throwback.
play that again.
And if we hit 50 subscribers, we'll be doing a character art giveaway.
Ooh.
So, that's pretty cool. We're 4 away, so.
Huh.
All you
I mean,
know.
I guess also as a Patreon thing, I have been designing subclasses, D&D subclasses for a while, and we're meaning to put them on Patreon. I'm busy and lazy, but if enough people actually bug Chuck about it, then he'll bug me about it, and we'll actually get them done. So
We got one of them is up there now.
yeah, we have one up. I need to work on the rest of them. But
So.
they're all created. It's just a matter of actually getting everything put together and put up there. So
Yeah, and D&D Beyond is kind of annoying in their formatting, so.
Yep.
But, hey, we're working on it. Alright, Panda, anything for you?
I got nothing.
You got nothing? Alright.
I got nothing.
Then let's jump into it. Last time, our intrepid heroes found themselves in the Feywild. They have been searching for a item. Do you guys know which item it is you're looking for?
Armor of the Ancients.
Okay. Yes, so they are searching for the Armor of the Ancients, knowing that it is held by a Lord of the Feywild, and meeting the Queen of Witches, who offered them pretty bad deals for it. They turned her down, and decided to make their way to the Bear King. And
I'm worried she actually owns it, and we're gonna have to go take it from her now.
With the other Fey Lords to, go take it from her.
Yeah, but we have to give them something bad for it.
Can't be as bad as what the Queen of Witches wanted to deal with.
Anyways, Bear King.
Yeah, Bear King. We could just bribe him with an endless supply of meat and honey.
I think he already has that. I think that's his whole shtick.
Oh, well, whiskey then. Some other kind of alcohol.
Should have rolled.
Water. The best alcohol is water.
Tequila and agave nectar. Look at that.
I hate tequila.
I have a flask of holy water.
That'll get you real messed up.
I also have a flask of holy water.
Well, everybody has holy water now, I guess.
Talamh just has a full bladder from drinking all the all the stuff.
Note to self, no more vampires. Too much holy water.
Yeah, you kind of learned your lesson with the vampires earlier.
I really did.
They didn't last very long.
No, they did not. This campaign has been a great learning experience of players that work way too well together.
There's only 3 of us. We're like...
Yes, but anytime some business leader talks about synergy, all they have to do is show our campaign and how synergy can apparently tackle anything.
That, and I think we have so much constitution that we probably have 4 players worth of hit points.
They're very high hit points.
Well, we don't have a true super squishy character.
Nope.
Like, I mean, Oliver does, use my defenses. He, that uses me as a shield and stuff when he can, but he can take a hit if he needs to, both HP wise and the fact that his AC is high enough that he's not going to get hit every time. So we don't have a wizard with 12 AC that if they get hit twice they die. Like.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, the hits are coming.
Oh yes.
Everything.
The hits are always coming. Radire's going to be putting out the hits.
Radire's greatest hits.
Radire's greatest hits.
I'm working on the song, okay?
Well, this is something completely different. I'm not going to sing that one as Ridire, so that's completely different.
All right. So last time you made it into the woods of the Feywild, and you had met up with a couple of bear folk who you partied with, and eventually they led you to they kind of told you the way to the Bear King. You had found the entrance to his throne room and been introduced, and at that point you had walked up to his throne and his platform, and I believe that's where we left off.
Yes, that is where we left off.
And so there again is the Bear King for anybody who wants to see what he looks like. Although in the current state, as you approach, you notice that he is half dozing, half asleep as you approach him.
He's snoozing.
Not full on like passed out, but more of just that weary kind of eyes shut, resting his hand, looking at the every now and then looking around at the court, which is similarly in a fairly lethargic state at this moment.
Coma.
Oh. Right, this is something, he's doing something my grandfather would always say, that he's resting his eyes. He's not actually sleeping.
Bug in there, and I'm trying to suffocate him.
As you approach, he looks at you and says, "You stand before the Bear King. What do you want?"
I'll bow, first and foremost. Not like a super huge bow, but a nice polite bow. And I'll let Oliver's going on better than Ridire does right now. Oliver can tell him what we need.
I'll follow suit and bow as well. Seeing Ridire do that, and they will We do beg your pardon, sir. We are here in the Feywild from the ethereal plane, as you put it, as your people put it. To make a long story short, we are looking for the armor of ancients. We have it on good authority that one of the Fey lords or ladies of this realm may own it, and we were just wondering if you would happen to know where it was, or know of its location, or have it. I'm sure we could. We would be very grateful for this.
Get to the point. What?
We want the armor of ancients. We were just wondering if you know where it was.
Armor. Lots of old armor around here. I don't. Ask someone for theirs. You can have it. I don't care.
With respect, sir, this armor we are looking for, it once belonged to Shad. We happen to know it is being held by one of the lords or ladies of the Feywild here. Are you all right? You seem
You talk a lot.
I could I'm going to pull the potion of fire breath out of my bag. Would you like to have a drink of something unique?
No unique. Just honey. Mead.
Is fair enough.
And is Ridire able to cure disease?
Yes.
I wonder if you can cure this guy's headache. He sounds like... I'm out of character, by the way. I'm thinking. I'm gonna nudge Ridire. You think you could deal with his headache?
Only if I touched him, which I don't think he'd allow.
Mr. Bear King, sir?
Yeah. Little one. What?
Might you have a wee bit of a headache?
That's what happens when you go 2 weeks without drinking.
That long, really?
And may I ask, why? Are you out of honey? Or mead?
Out of mead, out of honey.
Is there anything we could do to help you with that?
Oh god, I'm gonna go lie down. Ugh.
Was there there was a guard that let us in. Is there anybody else kind of around the area?
There are a bunch of bear folk who look to be going through withdrawal symptoms. Headaches, shaky. You do see kind of off to the side a nervous looking tabaxi. And as the Bear King gets up, he says, Leaf, deal with this. And with that, the Bear King gets up and kind of walks away. Half stumbles away to a large hut where he enters and disappears into. And the tabaxi comes and approaches the three of you. Wow.
4 of us. There's my little plant buddy.
Oh yeah, that works. I looked at the picture of the three of you and the Bear King, and I counted 4. So
Does the tabaxi look like this?
yes, actually, he is golden.
Oh. Munchkin, you were on TV. Ouch.
And the tabaxi walks up and yes, welcome. Sorry about the not so jovial introduction. The Bear King's not feeling very well. I apologize.
No, it is all right. It's not your fault. Is there something we can do to help you and the people here? Is there something stopping the production of honey or meat?
We don't know.
So you don't know if you don't have honey and mead?
Oh no, we know we don't have honey and mead right now. We don't know why.
They drink in the woods a while back.
So wait a second. So there you must have a supply chain.
Yes.
And so you might not know a specific fault, but you should be able to determine where along that supply chain the fault is coming from.
Yeah. There's
Okay, so you do know what?
I mean,
He's making the honey.
we know where we get the honey, but the honey is not coming from that place anymore.
Okay.
Are the bees dead?
If it is not too much to ask, can we see this place?
Before we do that, do you know anything about the armor of the ancients?
No, but I don't interact with all the lords. I just advise the Bear King.
You seem really nervous. Are you being blamed for all of this?
A lot, yeah.
Cats liked honey.
We all like the honey. I don't drink the alcohol, so.
Well, yeah.
Advisors have to keep their wits about them until they have to run from kings who don't get their food or their drink.
When the king is obviously not under duress and in a normal state of mind, is he quite knowledgeable about the affairs of the land?
Oh yeah, he likes to gossip with all the Fey lords and ladies. Everybody but the Lord of the Hunt, obviously. That guy just
I can understand that they would
interact with
butt
anybody.
heads on issues. Yes. So if he would probably have a little bit easier time remembering if we were able to get the supply chain moving again with this. So would you be willing to put in a good word for us with him if we helped you out with this issue? Obviously, it'd be taking the pressure off your back as well.
If you got the mead back for the king and he was in a jovial mood, he'd probably do a big favor for you. He's miserable. We're all kind of miserable.
I can tell he's obviously not feeling well. All right, yes. As Oliver was saying, we want to help.
So yeah. Well, we've sent people to try and retrieve the honey. They haven't come back.
Which way did they go?
They went to the farm. It's about a 3-hour journey.
Oh, they're probably on Gilligan's Island.
I'm gonna remember that one.
3 hour too.
I wanted to interject.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I couldn't.
Has the honey shortage been retconned? Because I remember last episode, this guy had a big old spoon, and he was eating out of his pot of honey.
It was retconned.
Okay, so if somebody were to watch a stream back to back, I want to make sure that they're not confused.
Yes. Plot lines may have come to CycGuy that were a little bit better than the original plan. So
Okay, my mind is a steel trap. Nothing gets past me.
I don't like it. It's hard to retcon stuff. Just
I didn't even write notes about that, by the way. I just remembered it.
Well, I just didn't say anything.
And then, because we were totally partying in the forest.
other people still have honey,
Well, then get it from them.
and it's not enough. This is a big dude. That's their private stash.
Alright, where's the nearest Fey tree? I'm gonna go talk to dear old mom and dad, and we're gonna requisition.
I'm willing to bet it's a specific Fey honey.
Yeah, probably.
Well, let's go. Can you lead us or direct us to this farm?
I'm gonna point the way. I'm not going. If bear folk are not returning, I'm not. Nope, gonna stay here with the king. Stay out of his way. Might hide. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He said your name was Leaf. Is that correct?
Yeah, sorry. Golden Leaf, at your service, but you can call me Leaf.
Are you from here, Leaf?
Yes, I grew up in the forest.
Very good. Did my understanding correctly? This happened about 2 weeks ago. How long exactly has this shortage been occurring?
The last shipment was about 3 weeks ago, and 2 weeks ago we ran out of our current stash, and it's been a downhill slope ever since.
We've been traveling in the Feywild. Has it been about 2 weeks?
I can tell you exactly.
Pretty close, I would say.
It's been about
It's just sitting here glaring at me.
it's been about a week.
Okay.
About a week and I want to say a week and a couple days.
Jeez.
It's got to have been more than that because we traveled 5 days to the mountains and then at least 4 more. I guess that's about a week and a half. Okay.
Yeah, it's been about a week and a half.
The Feywild is a lot smaller than the material plane.
Yes.
That's probably why the lycanthropes are using it to travel.
You know what? I'm just gonna say the lycanthrope stole the honey.
That's what I was thinking. Perhaps
We're gonna
too.
sick the bears on him. Let's go. Done.
Quick question, Leaf. Have you seen any werewolves in the area?
They a while ago, but the Bear King kind of put a stop to them coming around.
So if I'm understanding, they are enemies of the Bear King, and thus would have reason to potentially stop something or try to weaken the Bear King?
Potentially, but once he drove out, we haven't seen any around for a long time. But it could be.
How long ago was that?
Oh, that was months ago.
So maybe it does not line up. We are trying to stop these lycanthropes. They are trying to cause a lot of chaos and problems all over.
Whole bunch of bad juju magumbo.
Interesting phrasing.
want to ask you one other thing.
Yeah, sure.
Are there any travel trees around here, like the ones that will take you back to the material plane?
Let me think of that one.
You know, in case we need to make a dash back.
Okay, it's
Probably one.
that
There's
one.
probably one that recently burned down.
Yeah, I'm saying that. Yeah, this is out of character. I'm not saying that to him.
Yeah.
Loading up program. Have answer for this.
Where were we when we burned that down?
We were in that cave.
We were in the cave in the northern forests.
Is it in
outside
northern
of the little
forest?
hamlet.
Yeah, so it's in the material
you're
plane
right here.
equivalent of this region.
Yeah, and it's filled with like mushroom-looking dudes. The little death cap guys.
Deathcap myconids.
Yeah.
Yes. So two. Not in the immediate area, but one that's between the Feylord or the Bear King and the Queen of Night. The boundaries, pretty much to the south of us, and there's also one deeper in the forest, in the northeast.
It's good to keep in mind.
Good to know.
The northeastern one is that's in a cave. Kind of hard to get to. You gotta swim through water, and it's an underground tunnel. But we've seen it before, once or twice.
Has anybody checked on that recently?
No need.
Yeah, no reason.
Okay.
Anyways, so if you could point us in the direction of the farm, and if there's anything you could, any equipment or anything that you'd be willing to part with to aid in this, we'll do our best to see what's going on.
Unfortunately, equipment I don't think we're really. You might be able to fit into some of the bear folk armor, but it's pretty wide. And your friends here probably not. But yes, I can give you directions to head straight to the farm.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So, taking off from the palace, you start your journey towards this little farmhouse that Leaf had informed you of. And it's fairly easygoing. For so much of the forest to be thick and overgrown, not a lot of pathways, there is an actual path, a road, more or less, that cuts through the forest at this point. So, you travel for a while, making pretty good time, and knowing how long it should take to get to any kind of destination, whoops, go put you there. You are able to estimate how long it's going to take you to get to your place, and about that time, you start to see the trees thin a little bit. And ahead of you is a clearing.
Let's move slowly to the edge of the clearing.
Okay. Anybody else gonna do anything, or are you just approaching cautiously at this time?
I'd like to make a perception check to see if there's anything rustling around.
Okay, go ahead. So the area in front of you, you don't really get a good sense of the surface around you, because probably about 200 feet in front of you, you just start to feel massive amounts of movement underground. Lots and lots of individual creatures moving around.
Bees are underground.
Are we sure it's the bees?
Well, there are lots and lots of them. Do they feel large or small? Like teeny tiny or?
Pretty large.
Oh, lots of large things moving underground.
Lots of medium things moving underground.
Okay, well, either these are very large bees or
Something else.
something else entirely.
Okay, when I get to the edge of the clearing, what do I see? I'll roll perception as well.
Are you
13.
Okay. So with a 13, there is a... Looking out into the clearing, there is a very... Well, not very small, but a quaint little farmhouse. It is... The clearing is this kind of gorgeous, picturesque open area where the forest of these red and orange trees surround this clearing. And near the house, you see a large 2-story barn. And, you know, being as quiet as you can hear a faint buzzing noise filling the air, but it's muffled.
Did Talamh, you said that there was stuff, you told us you sent stuff under the ground?
There's lots of, like, us-sized things moving under the ground. So,
is there, like, a rock on the ground?
There are lots of rocks.
I want to pick up a rock and just toss it out into the clearing. Not to hit anything, just like to bounce on the ground.
Okay.
See if anything happens.
Bounce it on the ground. And... nothing happens. The buzzing noise towards one area starts to pick up a little bit, and noticing from that area, you can see a large mound of kind of... I need a different word for this because it's too obvious. Oh, hexagonal.
honeycomb.
Hexagonal shapes of dirt rising up, and towards the center of this is a giant boulder that is partially sunken into the earth. And
I like that boulder. That's a nice boulder.
Boulder is blocking the entrance.
noticing this, you see 2 other mounds, similar in shape and design, with boulders placed towards the center of them as well.
Well, I think we found out what's stopping the honey. There's boulders blocking entrance to what I'm assuming are probably hive caves.
Or they could be very large ants.
Sure. But those boulders probably aren't supposed to be there.
Okay, so are they on top of the mound?
Yes,
They're like,
but partially buried in the ground.
Okay, is it like, but the entirety of the boulder is like up off like the level ground?
Yes.
Okay, would it be possible for me to shift enough earth to one side that it kind of like falls off?
You can certainly try.
All right, I'm gonna try to mold the earth.
let's approach one of them first and see if anything happens before we get too far into doing anything.
I really want to.
Oh, yeah, I think we're gonna have to. I just want to make sure nothing's like guarding them and gonna jump out at us.
Very, very carefully wander, like kind of sneak up to one.
Okay.
The closest one, whatever.
Well, I wanna follow the edge of the trees along to get as close to one of them as we can before we exit the tree line.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So get as close as we can to one.
Yeah, like because if we're looking here and there's like one off to the side, get to whatever the closest point is where we're still in the trees in case we notice anything during that time, and then approach it. That way we have the cover of the trees a little bit more close at hand if need be.
Maybe I can go out first and just and then I could investigate the area, and then if it seems okay, then all of us can go in.
If you want to, yeah.
Just so that we don't have all of us in one place, just in case.
And you're a bit stealthier, so you can definitely scout it out if you want to, yeah.
Multi-classing into rogue.
Go ahead, Oliver.
So, alright, everybody roll a stealth check. Wow.
Rogue! One level!
I was gonna say, before we do this, I wanted to. Well, no, never mind. I don't even have it prepared. I was gonna say I want to do pass without trace, but I don't have it
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself so I can add a D4 to it.
There you go.
That would have been 38 if we had passed without a trace.
I got a 20.
You got a Ridire got a 20?
Oh wait, no, I have disadvantage. Sorry, crap, I forgot I have disadvantage on stealth.
Ridire got an 8.
So I got an 8. Dang it.
I got a 7, unless I want to burn an inspiration for a 20.
I wouldn't on this.
Yeah.
So,
because we're also staying. This is for us staying in the tree line, so he's probably giving us a slight bonus from not being right out in the open as well.
Yeah, I haven't moved yet.
This is great. So, Oliver, you find little soft patches of grass to step on, avoiding any loose rocks, any, kind of any fallen leaves, any twigs. You're just quietly stepping from point to point, moving at a pretty good pace. And then you hear behind you, shuffle, 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 crick, snap, shuffle, 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 shuffle. As Ridire and Talamh are just blazing a trail off to the side. Not like making a huge racket, but not the stealthiest of people.
Never claimed to be.
Earthbenders are not known for their stealth.
Alright, so...
Yeah. Earthbenders, should I quietly open this door? Or should I slam the ground and make a section of the wall slide out instead?
Oh, that would be so much cooler. Yeah.
Alright. So, Ridire and Talamh, go ahead and make a perception check. Oliver, go ahead and make a investigation check.
16.
18.
Okay.
My passive 24.
I have a passive 19, I believe. Investigation.
I also have passive 15 investigation.
The passive perception is essentially for you to be able to notice stealth and things like that.
Yeah.
When you're rolling for it, you're rolling to notice fine specifics typically.
Yep. So, passively, you're hyper aware of movement underground. And it's actually kind of distracting trying to look around and see other things.
That makes.
So, Oliver, you notice a few things from an 18 investigation. You notice that there is a bunch of markings on the ground near the rocks that looks like they have been pushed or and these are large boulders now. The one that you're kind of closest by at full height would probably be as tall as you are. So these are fairly big, and it has been pushed or drug in some way to this spot that it's now resting in. You also are able to find large depressions in the ground that, with what you're seeing right now, you're not able to see like if these are what they are, but there's quite a few of them. Ridire, moving around, and Talamh, Talamh a little bit less because of the nature of being blind and how you sense things. Ridire, you can notice now from this vantage point, you're not looking at the barn, but something, you look up from the ground that you're focusing on, and you see that the barn has been caved in on one of the back corners.
Mm.
And it is taken some heavy damage.
Well, I will approach Oliver and the boulder. And,
In what direction was they drug from? Are they all from, or is this one, or they seem to be kind of drug from the same direction? Or is it, from the, where the boulders drug from the forest in? Or were they drug from, just the clearing?
It looks, okay, there are similar boulders in the woods and kind of pocketing the ground, not as large. These look to be some of the largest that were in the area.
Okay.
But it looks like probably drug from the woods into this clearing for the most part.
So, Leaf said that lots of the bear folk came here, and I don't see any evidence that they were here. I would feel like they would have been able to move these boulders easily. Which leads me to wonder if maybe there's something else going on, and they're the ones who put the boulders here.
It is a possibility. We still have this shack to look into as well.
I think we should investigate the farmhouse first before we do anything rash.
I would agree.
Okay. Are you approaching stealthy? Are you just walking up? What's your...
I'm walking up. They can lag behind a bit.
I'll stealth around to kind of the side.
Okay.
Be stealthy.
I'm
not good at it.
If something is trying to get at us, then at least having one element of surprise is probably better than.
I'm gonna walk right up.
Okay.
I'll just kind of go around the corner and watch from the corner, but.
Do the things that are moving around underground seem to be following where we are above ground?
No.
Okay.
No, there's no real rhyme or reason. They are just moving in a very chaotic, very quick movement, lots and lots of motion.
Can I get a sense of am I you don't have to like I imagine you don't have a diagram of it, but am I able to get a sense of like where the I guess tunnels and stuff would be underground?
Yeah,
Through?
kind of. There are hundreds of different branches of tunnels that head from these openings and go straight down and then branch off.
Okay.
And you're able to get a fairly clear sense of most of them because there's just constant movement through these. And again, it's a little bit overwhelming and kind of playing with your other senses, trying to not, get so much information with every footstep.
All right. I'm putting on shoes. I don't think I own shoes, but I would like to put on shoes.
I can just give you a piggyback ride.
That's fine. I'm up on the balls of my feet to get less contact.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna approach the farmhouse. Is it just kind of a standard looking farmhouse?
Standard looking fairy tale farmhouse. Single chimney, nothing coming out of it. Thatch roof. Nice, nice window panes that are closed currently, and a
Cool.
simple wood door.
I'm gonna go knock on the door.
Okay. Knocking on the door, there is a moment of silence, and then a longer moment of silence.
Are there any like windows or like cracks in like the side of the farmhouse that I could potentially like try to sneak a glance through, kind of like I'm peeping through a keyhole?
Yeah, I mean the farmhouse, like the house or the barn.
We're at the
With the house.
You're at the house. Okay.
right.
Yeah, there are windows on the sides. So you could probably try and move one of the shutters to sneak a peek inside.
Does
I'd
the
like to
house
sneak. I'd like to be a peeping Tom.
All right, roll a sleight of hand to try and open one of the shutters without.
24.
Yeah.
does the house seem to
Hey Tommy, how's the peeping? Tommy, how's the peeping?
What was that, Talamh?
Does the house seem to have suffered any damage?
So going around, are you gonna walk the perimeter?
Sure.
Okay, going on the far side towards the opposite side of the woods from where you entered the clearing, there are what look to be holes littering the side of the house. Little impact craters. Some have punched through the wood, and roll an intelligence check or a survival check.
Do survival. 14.
14. Okay. Yeah. It looks like fairly good-sized stones have been thrown with a lot of force at the house and have done some damage on that side of it. Oliver, you are able to easily open the window and, moving it with just some swiftness as to not draw attention to the fact that it's moving, but keeping an ear out for any kind of squeaks or anything, you're able to get it open and peek inside. And you can see two bear folk who are bloodied and not moving.
I'm gonna go around the front and relay that to Ridire.
I want to open the door.
Okay.
Is it unlocked?
It is unlocked.
Okay, I'm gonna go in, and I see all the bear folk.
You see 2 bear folk, kind of.
Define kind of.
They are bear folk in shape and mostly in appearance. But twisted, like, thick boils on one of them. The other has one eye that's bigger than the other and has like a hunch on the back. Limbs. Both of them have kind of twisted limbs.
Are they alive, or are they dead?
They are dead.
Okay. I'm gonna move through and see if I find any living bear folk, or is it only the 2 in the whole house?
It is only the 2 in the whole house.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Can I do a medicine check to see if I have seen anything similar before?
Yeah.
All right, this is the time that I need a +2 roll to roll really well. I'm gonna take my inspiration on that and take the 21.
Taking the 21. Okay.
I think that's a good time to use it to try and ascertain the cause.
This does not look natural to you. You have not experienced this before.
So it's not. It doesn't look like an infection or like
It does not look like
stings.
Yeah. Okay. So it does not look like a disease of some kind, and it does not look like it was caused by any kind of animal. Is it venom?
Venom would be in the bloodstream. Yeah.
Yeah. It does not appear to be caused by a venom of any kind.
So I can assume it's possible. It's most likely magical in nature. Oliver, have you seen anything? You're more attuned to the magic arts than I am. Have you ever seen anything relatable to this in your travels?
Well, have I?
I love it. Roll me a history check.
I was thinking you could try and use Arcana, but history would work too.
So good at this.
Yeah, neither of us took really knowledge skills, so.
I have proficiency in Arcana, just not
Yeah.
history.
All right, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check. I'll allow it.
18.
Hey, there
18.
you go.
All right.
I'll take the 18.
So between the 2 of you looking over these bodies, Ridire, you're not finding any kind of wound, or there's lots of wounds. There's no like entry point for a stinger or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a stinger or a poison or something.
And Oliver, with a pretty good Arcana check, this doesn't relate to any spells that you know. It's hard to say. These could either be bear folk that were born this way, or just based off the vile nature of how they appear, you think it might be some kind of curse.
Bear folk afflicted with lycanthropy, and their bodies didn't survive when they started transforming.
Potentially.
All right. I want to investigate if there's any other clues to anything inside the house.
Outside,
That
were
is-
the craters just on that one
a
side
9.
of the wall, like the house on the outside, or is it like the damage to the house? Was it just on one side of the house on the outside, or was it like
It
kind of all around it?
It's on the house. It's also on the ground in that area. You're seeing a bunch of rocks, a bunch of,
But it's only on the one side.
But it's on
of the
that
house,
one side of the house.
Is the barn on that one side of the house?
Yes.
So the rocks were thrown from the woods on the other side.
Or from the
Maybe.
barn?
I got a 9 for investigation inside the house. Is there anything else that catches my eye?
Nothing of significance. You see, you see like instructions on creating mead. You see. I will say you do find a diary in one of the cupboards, or the little nightstand next to the bed.
Okay.
And trying to think of what I should have you roll to see if there's anything meaningful in the book.
Ooh, I want to read it.
So wouldn't that be like investigating through the book, or is it? If it's skim reading, I would think it's perception, but if it's in like searching through it, I'd think investigation. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna intimidate the book into giving up its secrets.
you book, tell me.
All right, new magical item. A book that only opens up if it's intimidated enough.
A sentient book.
I'm gonna threaten it with a basilisk fang and say, like, "Tell me what you know, Tom Riddle." Would it just be like a flat, just be like a flat intelligence? or
No,
something, maybe?
I like what Panda said. So if you want to deep dive investigation, if you want to spend some time reading it, if you want to skim it, then perception.
I'll skim it with perception.
Okay.
17.
So little lower DC, but probably lower results for
Yes.
the
We can take it for later.
good stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna take it with me, but
You can store any book you want in Talaph's translation stone.
It's a thing.
yeah.
This
but
isn't
I'm
common.
gonna let you have.
So
I'm gonna let you have something else more potentially important in that, and I'm just gonna carry this with me for now.
So say we need to like pirate a book from somewhere that they won't let us take.
Yeah, the stone would be perfect for that.
You wouldn't pirate a book.
You wouldn't download a book.
I mean, if the library got to keep their book.
that's kind of how pirating works, really.
Well, yeah, but that's why it shouldn't be called piracy.
Yeah.
The
Because
GameStop gets to keep their copy of Crackdown 3.
You wouldn't
like-
download a card.
like-
I mean,
like if Blackbeard attacked your ship and then he got on board and then all of his guys brought over a bunch of blank coins and chiseled replicas of all of your gold and then went back on their boat and sailed away. Did you really lose anything?
yeah. It's like
Blackbeard boarded my boat, and suddenly another boat just like mine appeared. He just
and then they
sailed
sail
away.
away with it.
They sailed away on the other boat.
You wouldn't download a car.
I absolutely
mean,
would download a
if
car.
I got to have the car,
You
and then
wouldn't
the other guy
download
got
a
to keep their
bear.
car,
Oh,
who wouldn't download a car?
okay.
The only victim of piracy is capitalism.
Yeah. I'm going to the one place that hasn't been contaminated by capitalism.
Oh,
Space.
Space.
okay. Oh,
Tim Curry doesn't even care.
Smashing.
I love Tim Curry. I
He's
wish
so
he
good.
was well. So you skim through the book and you are able to find a couple of things that stand out. One is the process for turning honey into mead, especially the Fey honey from these bees. You get a description of the Fey wasps, that they are an average wasp is roughly 4 feet long, and they tend to be a let me pull up this again because I had to. They tend to be a yellowish green color with dark brown wings, and they're fairly intelligent for insects, and it talks about how, while territorial, they are not mindless creatures.
Cool. I'll pocket the diary and I'll be like, well, Talamh, we might be able to add making mead to your retinue. I've got instructions here. We'll worry about that later.
Were the bodies drug into the house, or did it seem like they just kind of came there to die?
I'll say with the medicine check, they... Roll me another investigation check with advantage.
27.
Okay. They died from wounds suffered somewhere else, and then drugged themselves in here and died. And it appears to be bludgeoning damage that caused their death.
All right. Shall we investigate the barn?
Yes, so...
I want to go free the bees.
I'm wondering if the bees...
Well, I just want to make sure we know 100% of what's going on before we...
I'm wondering if the bees
probably...
turned against them.
That's one thing I'm possibly thinking, but
because
I don't think the bees would be... Because who threw the rocks then? So
that's the only thing that's holding me up on it.
There is some other piece, some other group or entity that we don't have a clear picture of yet.
Something that was strong enough to punch a hole in a house with a rock and drop a big old boulder on top of a mound.
I mean, let's be completely fair. You can do both of those things, and you're a 12-year-old girl.
Well, yes, but I mean, like, who else?
He's not wrong.
I mean, remember what Talamh said earlier. There's a reason she can do these things.
True.
With the Earth specifically.
In any case, let's go investigate the barn real quick.
Oliver remembers.
Okay, you guys are gonna go head to the barn. Talamh, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Holy.
+5 because you're standing next to me.
Is that 12, right? Unless she wants to use inspiration.
Nope.
12.
I want to see where this goes.
12.
12.
Talamh, you really, really, really want to go move one of those boulders.
I'm gonna try.
So
Oliver would have been like keeping an after like the first couple would have been keeping an eye on her. Does he notice any shift in like
roll an insight check.
behavior or 24?
Chuck knows more about this than I do.
Talamh's face once again goes completely white and featureless. Like not like Caucasian white, like eggshell white and featureless for just a second, and then you see her start to turn and head towards one of the mountains.
Right there, Talamh.
I'm gonna grab Talamh, and I'm gonna cast Remove Curse on Talamh.
Okay.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Because I've been noticing this happening as well. It's a touch spell. instantaneous.
Yep. You cast
All
remove
curses, all curses affecting one creature or object end. So I'm assuming whatever it is more than just a simple curse, but
nothing happens, but Talamh does seem to refocus.
So at the very least, in the short term, it was effective. Talamh, are you feeling all right?
Should I be feeling okay, Chuck?
You feel fine, if a little bit ADHD in wanting to do something.
I'm just this place is like starting to leave me bored, so I'm trying to occupy myself. Let's go and find that barn.
Yep, let's go to the barn. I'm just gonna kind of steer her towards the barn.
All right. Yeah, so the barn is, like I said, a 2-story, kind of, because the back left corner of it is collapsed in, to the point where the second floor is actually turned into kind of a ramp up to the second floor, and it's just a big, wide open space.
Well, lads, looks like we found Mora's barn. Because there's a great big hole in the side of it.
Just
Like,
out of
keep.
How big is this barn?
Standard barn size. 2 stories.
Okay.
Because there's a standard barn size.
I mean,
I
where I live, there are plenty of like dairy barns
Dear
around.
Google, standard barn size.
That was when I worked at the building materials desk at Menards, and people would come in and be like, "Oh, I want to build a barn." I was like, "Okay, what size do you want your barn?" "Oh, just the standard." There's not.
30
What
by
is
48
the
by
square
10,
footage you want it to
32
go?
by 64 by 12, 60 by 120 by 16.
Like a horse tack barn with stalls? Or is it just like an equipment barn?
Yeah, like a hay barn.
Pending usage, Stellar recommends a 30 by 36 barn, allowing for 10 by 10 stalls for small horses or 12 by 12 stalls for larger horses.
Does it have a gabled roof?
The things you need to know for D&D that I don't.
Has it been painted with rust and linseed oil, like as per your usual barn, which is why they have the red color?
It's weather resistant.
Just out of curiosity,
Yes.
I'm going to use Detect Evil. And this will last for 10 minutes. So with anything within 30 feet of me, we said it's just Detect Evil. So I basically will know within 30 feet of me if there's an aberration. I mean, I guess it depends on what you... Undead would probably be considered that. Fiend. I also know if a place has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
The bear folk and the now like lit up in your view underneath the rubble, you can see the aura of another bear folk and moving aside the rubble to get a look, also similarly twisted and disfigured. This one wearing armor, but is lit up as desecrated.
He's got the armor of the ancients. Our job is done here, boys. Let's go.
All right, pack it up. Back to the material plane.
This lone bear folk in the woods just
lit up like a Christmas tree.
Now that do any of you actually have locate object?
I mean, I
do.
could.
Okay,
But you have to be familiar with the object.
Yeah, it depends
So-
on how you rule it though, because like Critical Role rules it one way that I don't know that I would.
Describe or name an familiar to you. So possibly knowing the name could maybe count as familiar. You sense the direction to its location as long as it's within 1,000 feet.
Okay.
So it's not a large area.
No,
It's like if it was like, oh, I know it's in this castle, then it's useful. But if it's like it's in the Feywild,
right.
that'd be like being like, oh, it's in Montana. Great. That helps so much. I mean, it narrows it down, but not much.
Montana's a big place.
Montana's huge. So, yeah.
In Soviet Russia, objects locate you.
Yeah, pretty
I don't
much.
I don't have a detect magic either. I don't think so. I don't.
Did you know that Russia has more landmass than like more square footage landmass than Pluto?
I did know that.
I did not.
To put into perspective how small Pluto actually is.
That's why it's a dwarf planet.
That's why it's not classified as a planet anymore yet, because our moon is actually larger than Pluto.
Suck
Yeah,
it,
the moon
Pluto.
could be a planet too.
Hmm?
The moon deserves everything.
There
deserves to be a planet.
There have been some scientists lately that have been saying that we shouldn't classify Earth and the moon as a planet and satellite relationship, but as actually a dual planetary system. Because the moon exerts so much gravitational pull on the Earth, but it is still technically orbiting the Earth, so it still is a satellite. But
I
there's
mean, if
been
you go
some-
by that, then like Pluto has like 4 moons.
well, yeah, well, Pluto and its main moon, Charon, are both practically the same size.
And
So they're
because the barycenter of those two is outside of Pluto.
Mm-hmm. So they're definitely a dual planetary system. But in any case,
Magic.
back to stuff that's more
There-
important. Things
There
you
are
learn.
rumors that D&D might be updating what is it, Spelljammers, or what is their
Ooh.
Yeah,
sci-fi?
Spelljammers is the space one. Yep.
Yeah, there's talk
Well,
about them
astral
doing a new
astral
books.
planes, astral
So.
sea and stuff. But yeah, well they've said by 2025 there's going to be a huge overhaul. So I don't know if it's going to be a new edition or if it's just going to be
0.5.
yeah, a 0.5. But because they've said all of the existing stuff will still work with it, all of your modules and stuff. So the core system is going to stay the same, but they're going to be probably altering quite a few things. So
Awesome. All right.
interesting to see. Anyways,
Collapsed barn.
yeah. So there's the one bear folk, and that's
What
is there like
is
there a
what you're
boulder?
currently seeing? You guys haven't actually
Yeah.
investigated yet.
Well, I'm in the barn. Is there a boulder that is the cause of the collapse?
There is not.
all? Okay, so the bear folk got hurled through the barn is going to be my assumption here.
So entering the barn, there are a couple more corpses. These are not disfigured, but they exhibit the same.
Desecration.
No.
But
No,
bludgeoning.
these ones
Bludgeoning.
aren't desecrated. So was it the bearfolk himself that was desecrated, or the armor?
The bearfolk itself.
So something
But
happened to them.
These
and they
bearfolk
either-
that are in the barn that have been bludgeoned to death are wearing armor, whereas the two in the house were in plain clothes.
Okay, so the people in the house were living there.
they were probably the ones that ran the farm.
Mm-hmm. I want to do a quick glance around. Is anything like watching us from the tree line?
Roll a perception check.
Find something. Ooh, I'm very not good at these. 10. No matter what. I've decided to use my inspiration on this one.
That's the reliable talent. It's a 10.
Oh,
I don't have to lie.
I love that ability.
That sounds great.
No, nothing seems to be watching you. It's actually very still, very quiet, other than the sound of buzzing. Kind of getting on your nerves at this point, but it's there.
I vote we move a boulder. Talamh?
Wait. I'm gonna try to move a boulder.
All right. So you're gonna mold earth to make kind of a
Like a
pathway
channel.
for it to fall.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go and the boulder slightly shifts, and at that point, like a yellow greenish black geyser, 20 or so wasps come bursting from underneath where this rock was and just start buzzing around the area, making a fairly awful noise.
They don't seem to be attacking us.
They are just kind of swarming at the moment.
Just move slowly to each boulder, move them, and then exit the clearing and kind of see what happens.
Just watch.
Or why even move the boulders? I could just punch a new hole.
Yeah, but you don't want to ruin the way the hive's set up. That would entice their anger more than just removing the blockage.
I will move as little dirt as I can to shift the boulder.
Okay.
We're just gonna move slowly and like non-aggressively towards each mound.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check, everybody.
I'm not being stealthy though. I'm just moving. I'm just not being aggressive in the way I move.
Try not to incite aggression.
Yeah, it's not going to be like, I'm still rolling a stealth check. It's not going to be like it's mostly for unassuming movement. I mean...
Okay.
25.
Alright. So, thankfully that was a group DC, and you easily passed it.
Okay.
I like soften the earth underneath Ridire's feet as he takes each step.
Mostly it's just, if all of you had rolled nat ones, they were going to notice you immediately, but it's to help with perception rolls. So
yeah, I want once we've moved the boulders, I want to exit to the woods in the direction that's facing the damaged side of the house. So like the direction where all of the damage came from.
Okay. So you move the boulders, and each time the wasps have clearly been trying to escape the boulders at this point, or for a while.
That their priority will be to go find food, since they haven't been able to bring food and stuff into the hive for a while, so they'll hopefully ignore us, but we'll see what happens.
And as you move each one, they erupt out and are filling the area. Some are going back into the hole, coming back out. A couple fly away. Okay. There seems to be no real order to what they're doing. They're buzzing around. You can roll me a perception check, or if you're trying to get a gauge of their behavior compared to other wasps that you're familiar with, you can roll an animal handling check. Or an insight check, I guess, would work too.
Ooh, okay.
25.
Wow.
20s. Yeah.
My bonus is the same for all of those. But I have advantage on perception with my shield, so perception.
Okay. Well, insight, yeah, you've noticed this behavior in other animals before. They are panicked in nature. Movement is very flighty, very kind of land, look around a little bit, kind of do that weird movement thing that bees do when they land on something and then fly away. By the way, sidebar on this, I have a severe phobia of bees and wasps, and I am so triggered right now by my own story that I do not like this. But it made sense, so...
You're like Nicolas Cage in The Wicker Man.
I really am hating my own story, but I'm gonna push forward here.
Chuck really struggled teaching the boys the alphabet because he said it was easy, but then all of a sudden
It was just impossible.
it's just impossible to go any further.
The problem is every book has a B for an example. I had to find ones that had balls.
I don't want to hear about your books with balls. So we're gonna exit the clearing.
So very panicked. They seem to be searching for something. When you say you've exited the clearing, you're in the tree line at this point.
Okay.
You should find a book that just deals the first letter of every word is like the silent letter. K is for knife.
There is one of those. It's like I can't remember what it's called. It's something like the impossible alphabet book or something like that.
That's amazing.
Impossible to learn.
D is for djembe.
So yeah, at one point, you guys are watching, and one of the wasps comes and lands really close to you. And is probably within about 10 feet of you.
Buddy, did Timmy fall down a well?
I'm just gonna make sure. I'm just gonna, a non-aggressive stance and just let it do its thing.
Gonna back up a little bit, just ever so slowly.
I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna stay there in a non-aggressive way. I'm not gonna attack it or move or anything. I'm just gonna let it do its thing.
It approaches you within 5 feet, and you feel a tap, tap, tap as its antenna kind of grace your helmet and shoulders. And then it turns around and flies back to the group.
Guys, I might be a friend of the bees.
You're a princess, Ridire.
I'm a fairy princess.
I want to watch that one. Is he going back like into the hole? I mean, it's probably gonna be real hard to keep track of that one. But...
Roll a perception check at disadvantage.
Ooh, great at the.
Huh?
Wow! Wow!
It's a dirty 20, but it's still a 20.
It's still a 20. I'm still gonna give it to you. You watch as it flies back, and a couple of the other bees approach it, or wasps approach it, and they communicate in some wasp language of death and evil. And
does it do the wiggle bee dance?
It does the wiggle bee dance.
Because they dance to show each other where the flowers are.
I'm struggling to not think about it so I don't have nightmares tonight.
Oh, this wasp is twerking.
That helps. Oh, I'm so on edge right now. It's not even funny.
Are you allergic to them?
Not at all. I am just deathly afraid.
I used to be really, really scared of them, but...
No, they don't hurt that much to get stung. They're not that bad.
Well, then...
Phobias are irrational.
If it was rational, I wouldn't have a phobia of it. I don't go out to gardens. I kill plants on purpose.
Never
One good thing, though, is Chuck isn't as scared of, like, spiders and stuff.
Spiders are fine. I don't care about spiders. I'll handle any other bug on the planet. No problem.
I hate spiders, so I killed bees and wasps for him. He killed spiders for me.
It was a very symbiotic relationship, and I miss it.
If I find a spider on my wall, I usually put it outside. I don't kill it.
Yeah, let them be.
Yeah, I let them be when they're not crawling around on my stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of bee.
Okay, so I mean the caretakers that have like the recipe are dead.
What does the book say about bee dances, Ser Ridire?
I'm gonna investigate the diary for bee dances. That's a 14. I'm literally just gonna sit down, cross-legged, and pull out the diary while the wasps are all buzzing around in the clearing.
God. I don't like it. Can we move on?
You created this
I
encounter.
know. You find a section on bee dances, and that they think that's how they communicate. And also via pheromones and some other communication styles, but the author has not tried to replicate the bee dance at any point.
Okay.
I thought pheromones was what happened at the end of Rocket Barrage.
Oh my god. Oh, all right. Somebody roll me a perception check so I can give you a clue to get out of here.
Okay, I'm good at those.
I got a 14.
14 and 20. Okay. Spending time now that you're on edge about what could be around you, what blocked the hole in the first place, you are starting to pay more attention to stuff other than the house, the barn, and the nests, and you're able to see that what Oliver noticed before as large impressions in the ground resemble feet. And they are
like a giant or a troll or something.
leading your direction into the woods.
Oh, lovely.
Well, should we follow the tracks? Should we follow?
I mean, we've kind of like fixed the honey problem, but I guess there's nothing to whatever left these prints to unfix it.
Yeah, exactly. It might disrupt it again.
Or we could create a secret tunnel.
It's sketchy. Is there like a song or something that could go along with that?
I'm glad you asked. It's called Secret Tunnel.
I had to strain very hard not to start singing. Let's follow the tracks.
All right. Is everybody following the tracks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Follow behind.
Yeah, you walk for a while.
Oh, although what I am gonna do is I do kind of want to punch a hole that is like next to a tree down to like into the nearest tunnel, just so that I can give the bees like a secret hideout, a secret exit.
Don't, because they'll consider it an attack.
Fine, I won't do it.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Do it very gently.
Roll a wisdom saving throw, Talamh.
+5.
Yeah, you think
20.
better of it. You don't want listen to Ridire on this one.
You don't want to ruin Ridire's fairy princess persona.
So what we're
Disney
gonna do?
princess persona.
So here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna find whatever big things that that attacked the bees, and then when we get up to them, I'm gonna punch the most violent hole I can down into their tunnel, and we're gonna run away.
I mean, I don't think the bees are gonna be there near wherever the thing is at, but if they are, then sure, yeah, unleash them on whatever it is. Or the wasps, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. So
Apparently, Fey wasps have more in common with South American wasps because they're the only ones that make honey. More you know.
What is this America? I've never heard of it.
note for other
Is it
continent.
South America.
The town of America.
Yes, the continent of America.
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 What of it called Vespucci?
Crossbows are free, but education is not.
That's right.
All right.
Right.
America.
The heavier the crossbow, the better.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
If
has
you
to
buy a
have an
heavy
8x
crossbow, they
scope on
pay
it.
you.
And
All right.
Free crossbow with every bank account.
They have this chain,
Interest rates as low as 250%.
They have this chain like shop in and around called McDonald's. I don't know what that is. It's
and Borger Queen.
a burger queen. Taco Beal.
There's an enormous general store, and it's called Samuel's Place.
It's a sister company to Whalemeart.
Yep.
I was gonna say partition center.
Also a classier one that's called
Costco.
I was gonna call it archery dummy, but yeah.
Target. We have
Okay.
lost the plot.
Following the tracks.
Following the tracks.
My cat's trying to build a Les Mis barricade in the hallway.
Oh, right, and there's this place called Oliver's. I hear they have very good bargains.
Their breadsticks.
Do you guys have Ollie's bargain outlets out there?
No.
I was thinking you were talking about like Oliver's Garden.
I was gonna think the Oliver's Garden.
Oliver's Garden. It's Olive Garden.
It is breadsticks. It is great for everybody. People love it.
Oh. All right. So after heading deeper into the woods, you walk for about an hour, and the deeper you go, the easier it is to kind of find which direction to go, because you're starting to pick up on broken trees, misshapen trees that create a somewhat of a pathway here. And about an hour of walking goes by, and as you're continuing forward, you hear a grotesque gasping noise, causing you all to stop in your place. And this is quickly followed by another noise, making some kind of a coughing, it's hard to even mimic this, but kind of a and through the trees you can make out some kind of movement ahead. Something massive on the ground in front of you.
Should I roll a perception to see what it is?
Hey, Oliver, why don't you go scout ahead,
I'll give
Mr.
it,
Sneaky Pants?
give it a loop. The quick pass and look.
Okay. Talamh, if you want to roll a perception check, you can.
Oof, that's low. 15.
Perception. Well, a good thing I didn't roll persuasion as perception, because that wasn't what I meant to roll at all.
I'm gonna persuade
So-
my senses to detect things.
Giving yourself a quick pep talk to see better, you don't do a good job of convincing yourself. You're full of doubt, but You are aware of your surroundings pretty well.
Give yourself a pep talk to see better, but then you remember you're blind.
Oh god.
Okay. So.
Yeah, we could pass around.
Yep. So Oliver, you head off to the left, and to your left is a fairly large hill that you can kind of get behind and peek around to see these things. And roll me a perception check. It's enough to beat the DC because you're stealthing and more out in the open. So you and Talamh both see 3 large creatures sitting on the ground. Talamh, you're able to sense that there is a 4th creature in the area that is buzzing rapidly and hitting against something glass.
Oh no, they took the queen.
The 3 of them, the 3 of these large creatures, you get the sense that the sound you heard was laughing, although it's really, really creepy.
Alright, here's what I want to do, guys. I want to make a secret tunnel.
I fully endorse the new secret tunnel plan. It's going to take way too long, though. It took us an hour to get here.
No. I'm not talking about that much of a secret tunnel. Just enough of a secret tunnel so that the bee can, like, get out of the glass.
Well, if it's in, like, a glass sphere, you can't tunnel through the glass.
Oh, I thought it was, like, in a bell jar.
Oh, no, we haven't seen it yet.
If we can get the queen out...
Well, my thought was, we go back, we find something that attracts the wasps a little bit, and we lead a trail for them to follow, so that the whole hive comes to get their queen.
We punch a hole and we run for the giants.
Yeah. No. Ridire's gonna go do a bee wiggle to tell them where the queen is.
I'm so happy because I've thought of all of these things so far. Whatever you want to do, you guys can do.
Alright.
I predicted you, finally.
Alright, guys, I'm going to remove enough dirt around enough trees that they all fall on top of these things. At the same time.
If we can get the queen out, I have synaptic static.
He said he's predicted everything we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what we need to do?
Nothing.
We need to go find the cave with the fey tree we burned down.
Yeah.
We'll get back to this.
And then
we released the wasps. It's gonna be fine. They'll sort it out themselves.
Or we could go. Here's okay. If we could get a beat on where that glass jar, or how big it is, it is.
If you guys hide in the trees, I can distract the hell out of these things if you want me to.
I'm wondering if you can give the jar cover, right? Like protect it with like a layer of soil or something, so I can use like synaptic static on all 3 of them. Because if they fail that, and that's an intelligence saving throw, then they have to roll a d6 and subtract that number from every attack roll and ability check for a minute.
Well, I'm assuming synaptic static couldn't hurt the glass, right?
Right, but it says each creature in a 20-foot sphere centered on that point. I guess maybe...
Would it go through the glass, though?
I don't know. You choose a point within range and cause energy to explode there. It doesn't say anything about cover. So maybe
usually
it wouldn't work.
usually that kind of stuff doesn't go through cover though.
Right.
Unless it specifies that it does. It'll say if it goes through cover or around cover, it'll say ignores cover.
My concern with glass is just that it's more. I don't want it to like shatter.
Well, do we actually know what the queen is in though? We know there was a little bit of glass, but is there just like a window on a larger box, or like what is it? You know.
You know, I really wish that I was like more of a generic druid at this point, because then I could just cast Speak with Animals.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
I did think about that. I also thought about Speak with Dead. Oh, if no, wait, hold up. Never mind, because I don't know that it counts as things I can hold. I was gonna suggest maybe I could run up, use Misty Step to get the jar 30 feet away, but I don't know that. Like, I don't think that it technically counts everything I'm carrying, but I wouldn't be carrying that. If I had Thunder Step, that would be a different story.
I mean, I have Thunder Step.
You have Thunder Step. Could you potentially like run up there and try? Well, they have to be willing, don't they?
Yeah, you have to be willing to come with me.
And you'd have to touch them.
Yep.
All right, what are you guys gonna do?
That's what we're deciding.
Yes, I'm
Trying
telling
to
you that.
figure it out.
Yes, I'm. All right, I'll just start rolling for perception checks from the big guys.
That's fine. Do it.
Wow, that's not gonna succeed.
How about I just walk in and talk to him and see what's up?
That's a good idea, actually.
Sure.
And then
sure.
you guys, if things go to hell, I'll try and protect the queen, and you guys just
I'll Thunder Step you out of there.
You just unleash hellfire on them.
That's a good idea, because technically she's in a jar, but or something, she's probably encased in something, which means that even if I did like an acid ball, that wouldn't hit her directly yet.
It could destroy the glass, though. That's the thing.
Right. That's the only concern I have, is that that's partially why I wanted to give it cover.
I mean, can we try breaking the jar?
We got to see it first. We don't know where it is.
Oh, we just hear it.
I think Ridire goes in.
Okay.
And tries to talk to them. No, I couldn't lift it, probably. Because I was going to suggest maybe I like sneak in and try to steal it away, but
if it's just a big glass jar thing, I can try and smash it open.
Mm-hmm.
If it comes to it.
Get into if you can manage it. Don't get into the center of it though, because if it needs to go down, then I can synaptic static all three of them or three of them.
Before Ridire goes in, I'm gonna slap him on the back and give him Eagle Splendor.
Cool. What does that do?
Target has its enhanceability. Target has an advantage on charisma checks.
Sweet.
I think that's the play.
Yeah. I want to no, it won't last long enough. It's only 1 minute. Okay. Yep. All right. I'm just gonna walk in.
Okay.
I'm gonna just walk in as if I'm just a traveler that stumbled through the woods here. And what do I see?
I will show you. Give me just a second.
Hello, cats. Come on. Come on.
I think I'll put you there.
Come on.
And I'll put you two.
Come on.
Why are you being so difficult, Oliver? Jeez.
That's me.
What? I'm so confused now.
There we go.
Whoa. Oh.
Oh. Oh. They're picking their noses.
So, that is what you see.
Interesting.
Well, Oliver came back to us to talk to us, right?
Oh, that's right. Badadoo. Hidden.
Cool.
I like to be.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk in.
Okay.
As he's walking in, I want to get to a vantage point, like a hidden vantage point. So maybe like behind like this tree
Okay.
up here, if I can help it. Trying to avoid being seen.
Sorry, I'm just putting mine there so that I have control to move it.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and delete yours if it doesn't give you control.
Well, I can't even select it, so you're gonna have to.
Oh,
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
that's so
There we
dumb.
Yep, I'm gonna have to do mine too.
Alright, go ahead and place yourselves. That... whatever.
Is this technically behind the tree, or would it be like there? Probably there.
You can anywhere, any of the 6 spots here. Yeah, that would be... Just remember you're behind the tree, not in the tree.
Right. Yeah, I'll do like there, so I kind of have like a viewpoint.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
So, Ridire, move yourself as far as you're willing to go. Alright, at that point, one of them notices you
me.
and stands up, and you see this giant, ugly, one giant yellow eye, the other is kind of like pink-eyed shut. Boils and welts and scars, and one arm is larger than the other, and it's holding in the large arm it picks up a club, a tree branch with vines wrapped around one side as a makeshift handle, and
Hello.
it yells out something in a language that you don't speak.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Do you speak common, perhaps?
Looks at you and says something again in a language that you don't speak.
I want to try to get a visual on if I can see the queen.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
20.
Yeah, you can see the queen. The queen is in a giant, probably 6-foot glass bottle.
Corked on top, I'm assuming?
Yep. Think Legend of Zelda bottle, but massive. And the queen is inside, buzzing around.
All right. I'm gonna continue to. I'm gonna take a couple steps closer, and with my hands up in the typical like, "Hey, look, I don't have a weapon pointed at you." You know, universal sign of I'm not attacking you, and be like, I don't know if you can understand me. I happen to be lost.
I'm gonna kind of sneak my way up a little bit farther. To like here.
The response is in this sickly, loud, booming voice. We do not know what they are saying. Fareway now.
I understood part of that.
They don't know something.
Fare away.
I just want to be friends. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Surprise, fare away, or die.
But why can't we be friends?
While he's having this conversation, can I sneak around to like here-ish?
I didn't see where you clicked.
Oh, did it not?
Down below.
Okay. Down below. Kind of
you can try.
That's really far,
That's
dude.
really far.
It is really far.
At this point,
I'm gonna pull out my bottle of holy water, and I'm gonna be like, I have alcohol. Drink, glug glug. You know, yum, yummy in my tumbly. Do you want me to make persuasion check at all?
Please do.
All right, I have advantage, and I'm gonna use my channel divinity to give myself an additional +5.
Okay.
For the next 10 minutes. So that's a 31.
They did understand the word alcohol.
Prestidigitation.
How far away is he?
The one closest to you, the one that's been talking. The others by this point have stood up and are all holding great clubs. The one that you've been communicating with says, get us that!
I can't flavor it unless it's...
Don't worry.
For me.
Don't worry. Yeah, so I am going to approach slowly. And I'm gonna get... Oh, he's moving towards me as well.
He's moving towards you with his hand out.
Alright. I am going... Just a second here. I'm gonna go to hand him the bottle, and like, assuming his hand is like super large.
I mean, even the small deformed hand is, this is a 30-foot creature.
Yeah.
So.
I'm going to be intentionally clumsy, so that like as I go to like pass it into his hand, it falls and breaks open on the ground.
Don't want to get it with you. He's gonna take it from you with his strong hand.
Roll a sleight of hand check just to see if you make it look like it was an oopsie, or a deception check.
Oh, deception, 100%.
I'll allow a deception check.
Deception's a charisma check, so I believe I get advantage. I get advantage from her thing. But also I think. I don't know if deception counts with my channel divinity. That's the one thing I'm not sure about. Let me check real fast. Only the persuasion. Okay. So I just have advantage on this one. So a 26.
Save him.
Roll a sleight of hand check just to see, but I'll give you advantage on it.
18.
18. All right. Yeah, you
I lost my vial of holy water, but I can make more.
Fumble and it smashes in front of you.
Oh,
And-
oh no. I'm such a clut. I'm so sorry.
Wow. Most of that translates directly. Interesting. Yeah, okay. He laughs and looks at the others and this awful, again, just horrible noises that are coming out of these things. And you hear, a small metal man dropped den.
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh along. Just try and be amicable.
Turns and looks back at you. More alcohol.
Okay, I don't know if you'll understand all of this. We have a language barrier. I know how to make more, but we need honey, and the wasps won't make honey without their queen. And I'll gesture towards the queen in the jar. I'm assuming you understand its relation to the mead. I'm hoping I can just get them to release it, and then we can just go back to the Bear King and be like, "Hey, bro, these giant things tried to steal your thing. Go take care of them."
Oliver, can you flavor the water that comes out of your flask of endless water?
Probably.
So it understood most of what you said by the
Okay.
expression on its face, and it gets really angry and says, "Queen are ours, not yours. We can make Sue own mead."
I mean, but with only the queen, it's not going to produce nearly enough. You need the whole hive.
Again, giant and common don't have that much. There's not a huge barrier between
Yeah.
giant and common. And says, "Hive is ours, now go away," in giant, which is like 2 words different.
Well, I believe the hive is actually owned by the Bear King. He would probably get a little angry.
We kill bears. Hive is ours. Last chance, leave.
You killed some bears, but if he finds out what you did, there's going to be far more than you can deal with.
And with that, roll initiative, because he's clearly going to attack at this point.
All right, I'm going to use my special ability before combat starts to try and give him one more chance to talk him out of it.
All right.
Roll well in initiative.
But I will.
Tied. And you have higher dexterity, I'm assuming, so you get to go first.
So I'm gonna use my persuasion again,
Yep.
and I'm gonna say because he's obviously starting to be threatening, and I'm just gonna say know now that if you refuse to negotiate, you will not survive.
Sun's getting real
Roll a
low.
perception check.
Perception or persuasion?
That's what I meant.
Okay, well, I had advantage plus 5, so it's a 30 persuasion.
Okay. He is clearly taken aback at the
The fact that I'm not running away scared.
The fact that you're not running away scared. The fact that your words are kind of cutting into him a little bit. He's still going to attack, but I'm going to give him disadvantage on their initiative roll.
Sweet! Alright, I'll take it. That's a bonus for us. Okay. Let me get my initiative rolled here real quick. Oops.
That's actually really, really good because I found a way that I can use synaptic static without affecting the queen. So
Awesome. Oh my god, am I going first?
Apparently.
Alright, so we have rolled for initiative. It is going to be Ridire, and then Talamh, then Oliver, and then the Fomorian.
It is a Fomorian. I thought it was. Haha.
It's a Fomorian.
Grotesque. They're a sub genus of giant.
Sub-Fey, under-Fey.
Oh.
Yeah, they're like a giant under-Fey.
Ew, they're. I don't like them.
Yeah, they're gross.
When you said you wanted something ugly looking, like I couldn't make it that ugly.
I know. I showed you the movie Jack and the Giant Slayer. Or
I
Jack the
know.
Giant Slayer. Those are pretty ugly giants in that movie. Which I love that movie, by the way.
But
It's an okay one.
It's
I tried
terrible,
to
but I
make
love
them.
it.
I tried to make them ugly-ish.
I like them. I'm happy.
They're the cute anime form of ugly though, which is what the whole aesthetic of the channel is. So
Yeah.
They're cuggly.
that sounds way too close to something that's really bad. So let's not use that word again. It sounds like that should be a slur.
You cuggly.
Yeah, you see, it does not feel good coming out of your mouth, does
Oh,
it?
it doesn't.
Doesn't it? It's a bad word. We're done. Oh god, this is a silly episode.
the internet.
Created a new swear word.
It's not even
That's
supposed to be. It's supposed to
That
be
is the
cute and ugly combined, and it just is so bad.
If I roll a
So
nat
much
one,
worse than either of those words.
so the next person who rolls a nat one has to say it's a cuggly beaver.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, see, it's
Yep.
terrible.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I regret everything, so that's good.
Did you predict that, Chuck?
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself as a bonus action. And then I am going to take the dodge action because I'm still trying to not be the one that initiates the attack, right? There's still a slight chance that he could pull back and decide not to follow through with the swing. So I have to give him that chance. But I'm just gonna prepare myself for the, Great Club thing. So I'll cast Shield of Faith. I'll take the dodge action, and if I can, I'll just say, like, as I'm doing that, I'll say this is your last chance.
Okay. Are you
Okay.
doing that as an action or a free action?
I'm just saying that, I guess, as a free action, just as I'm
Okay.
preparing to kind of
Yeah.
take the incoming blow.
An action would cause a persuasion check. Free action is just saying it for flavor.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm hoping that the previous persuasion check and then the me not immediately attacking him when I had the opportunity might be enough to.
We'll see. All right.
Yeah.
Then Oliver, you're up.
Well, actually, I think it's Talamh. She has She's
Yeah,
Then
Talamh.
Talamh, you're up.
I'm gonna lay out the welcome mat. 40 foot. It's a. Let me see. I think it's a 40-foot because it's like a 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius is 40-foot diameter.
Yeah, it's a 40-foot diameter, and we're laying out the welcome mat of spike growth. They don't move. They don't take any damage.
Where you're putting it like right on top of all of them.
Yeah. So, can I erase this?
I can't even see anything.
I don't even see anything.
Let me pick a different color. And I want a. How do I make a rectangle?
You go to the second thing and hit draw shape.
Oh, there we go. Draw shape. Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Do you see it?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And don't stop. There we go. And then I'll just kind of casually do my, I don't know, I'll come up to like here and be like, oh no, I got lost in the woods. Just as kind of a
Okay.
comedic timing thing.
All right.
I like it.
And sorry, what's on the ground again? This is the
spike growth. So if they move through it, they take damage, and it's difficult terrain, so they move half speed.
Yes.
okay.
They also have to make a perception check to notice it if they're not in it, I believe, or the first time they approach it or whatever.
It's a creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast must make a perception.
Oh,
check
okay. So
against
they would have
my-
seen it. They would have seen it happen then, because they can
Yeah.
all see the area.
Yeah.
Well,
and they'll take.
Two of them are in it already, so this is
Yeah.
the guy that's not.
They will take 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet they move.
Okay. Good to know.
They are considered huge, right?
Yep.
They're not large. Okay.
No, they're huge. They are 30 feet tall.
You don't have advantage on charisma saving throw or charisma checks anymore.
That's fine. I don't need it anymore.
All right. Oliver, then. You're up.
I want to hold synaptic static for the moment that one of them attacks.
Okay.
Anybody, actually. Just anybody attacks, I'm going to hold synaptic static. Then I have a point picked out.
All right. Well, then it is Fomorian A's turn, and this is A. So he's going to attack.
Cool.
Synaptic static.
All right.
I'm assuming we should resolve his attack first, because you're essentially doing it as a response.
Right.
So.
It's
but-
as he attacks, so it's the synaptic first.
Okay.
Because you're watching as it starts to go through the air.
Gotcha.
So they need to make, because I have it, if you just take her square and put it down 2, then all of them are in it. They need to make a DC 17 intelligence save.
I'm pretty sure Fomorians do not have a high intelligence.
That's my guess.
Although they're not as dumb as some things.
What is the save? 17?
17
17.
intelligence.
They succeeded.
All 3 of them
Dang.
succeeded? Wow.
Oh, wait. A succeeded. B did not.
Okay.
And C succeeded. So
Okay,
this
so
is the only one
B-
who failed.
So B would take 25 psychic damage. It also, for a minute, has to roll a d6 and subtract that from any attack roll and ability checks, as well as Constitution saving throws to maintain a spell or concentration.
Which isn't probably going to be a problem.
The other,
The other two take half damage,
half
then, right?
damage. Yeah.
All right, so that would be
Which would be 13. Yep. And it's psychic, so we know they don't have resistance to psychic damage.
Mhm.
Because I think there's only like 3 things that do.
Yeah, psychic is usually a safe bet.
It's
All
one
right.
of the most powerful damage types because there's very few resistances to it, but there aren't a lot of spells that deal it in large numbers.
Good thing we have Psychic Ball.
Yeah. That's terrifying that you can turn that into psychic with those. Like, what even is it? It's essentially becomes an illusion fireball that deals the damage, and they think they took the damage. That's
All right,
fun.
so this one's going to attack.
So he has disadvantage if he's swinging at me because of section.
Okay.
And I have Shield of Faith, so my AC is currently 24.
Good gravy.
All right, it just barely misses with the first attack. And it is going... Oh, okay. Yeah, it's going to use its great club for its second attack. And both are going to miss.
I was hoping that I could at least weather one run of attacks by doing that to give us chance to set up like you guys did. So that's good.
All right, so B's turn, and he's going to move 5, 10, so he'll take...
So that's 10 feet that he moved in it. So it'll be what, 44 damage?
Yep.
Or how much?
Oh, that's awful.
That's
6
terrible.
piercing damage.
Oh, no.
At least it's, I mean, he's also the one that took the full psychic damage though, so that's nice.
All right, and so that was 5, 10... Let's see. He was here. He went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. He can only move 30. So
he
he's
would
going
have
to
had
dash.
half movement. He would have had half movement moving out of the spikes, by the way. Because it's difficult terrain while he's still partially on them, so he would have used twice as much movement for those first 2 steps.
Yeah. So 10, 20, or 10, 20, 30, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So fun fact, guys.
5,
Shield
10,
Master does not
20.
specify a size limit to creatures I can shove.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's not going to move, because if he doesn't move, he won't be hurt. Okay, Ridire, you're up.
Right. One in front of me has now swung at me, which I just kind of like sidestepped. And let's see here. I don't want to waste any more spells now, but maybe because I do have Crusader's Mantle, but I feel like that's not a huge benefit in this situation. I'm gonna hold off. Yeah, I'm just gonna swingy swing my sword McMuffin at him.
All right, go ahead.
So yeah, I'm just gonna be like, well, I told you. It's a 12, which I'm assuming misses.
Misses.
And second attack is a 24.
That'll hit.
So 6 slashing damage. Silvered. I don't want to burn a smite yet. I am going to try and shove him with my shield.
Okay.
I believe it's just contested strength to shove. I mean, let me make sure.
I think it's you can use athletics.
I think I can use athletics. You're right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Yep, I can use athletics. So yeah, and he can use athletics as well if he has it. So that is a 14.
All right. He rolled a 20.
Okay.
Well, he rolled a
So,
14, but...
He has a big bonus to strength athletics, yeah.
Super strong.
Yeah, I assumed they would be, but I was like, if I can push him back 5 feet and make him take some damage,
yeah,
not, right?
that's the thing.
Because I can do it as a bonus action when I attack, so might as well. Yeah, I think that's everything I can do then.
Talamh, is your spike growth, is that
Concentration.
concentration? Okay. I'm going to do something I really should do a lot more of.
Okay. I will be done then. So did you have him take more damage for stepping into the spike growth again? Because he's in the spike growth again now.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. He's on the edge.
I'm looking at it, and his whole leg is inside of it.
I don't see that.
I don't.
Right there?
No, I don't
No.
see
His
that.
leg is here.
Yeah,
His front leg.
Yeah, no, it's not in it at all.
it's right here.
Okay, so he's shifted over on my screen for some reason.
Weird.
That's really weird. Okay,
All right. Talamh,
whatever.
you're up.
All right. I guess that I will just. Can I pick a? Are there any stones around on the ground I can pick up?
Yeah, there's tons of rocks around the area.
Well, it's magic stone time. I'm gonna target the guy who.
Do
Who
that.
got hit by the psychic thing. Let me get my character sheet going. And it's magic stone o'clock. Will a 20 hit him?
20 will hit.
Alright, he takes
Alright.
9 bludgeoning damage.
That's a good roll. 9 bludgeoning damage. Nice.
There you go. All right.
So he's gonna have a
what's
lot
the-
of hit
What is
points.
the lock?
Concentration.
Oh, nice.
Because your mind is locked on something. It's the only one I felt was appropriate at the time.
And then I might sidestep over to here.
Okay.
Alright.
Oliver, you're up.
I'm gonna go 5, 10. I'm gonna peek around and cast Tasha's Mind Whip at C. I'm assuming. I think this one's C, right?
Yep.
So he needs to make a DC Intelligence save 17 again.
No.
Okay, so he takes 7 psychic damage, and on his next turn, he can either move, use a bonus action, or an action. Just one. And then I'm going to go back. I'm going to go, so I did 10, 15, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I'm going to use bonus action hide.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
19.
19. Okay.
I like that a crit is 30, though.
He's smart, yeah. If he's smart enough, he knows roughly where you are, but he doesn't know exactly where you are, so that's good at least.
Alrighty. That will end
That's why I
your
went around
turn.
the left and then went behind the tree because I was hoping
Yeah.
to get around.
Alright. A's turn. He's gonna hit at you.
My AC is still 24, because I do have concentration on that spell as well, but... So that's if you want to
Alright,
go one of
both of those
marker
will
buttons,
miss.
But... Good. Whew. Okay, I'm doing my job. I'm making him miss attacks. That is all I need to do.
Alright, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So, 2 swings coming at you, Talamh. Or at least 1 swing.
He has reach, doesn't he?
He's huge. He has a long reach.
Yeah.
That's going to be a 17 at Talamh, which I think misses.
I actually have 18
Yep.
AC.
Yeah, that's right, because you boosted your stat.
Alright, and then he is going to take his yellowish bulbous eye, And he's going to stare at you intently, and you need to make a charisma saving throw.
You have +5 because you're within 10 feet of me.
So 12.
All right, that's a failure. All right, so that is 31 psychic damage.
Holy crap.
Seriously?
Yep, 6d8. And you suddenly, Ridire, you look over and you see Talamh start to get boils all over her body, and her spine kind of twists and deforms as you're watching her.
Can I use my reaction? To use my Oath of Redemption or of the Guardian ability. I take the damage instead.
You can, I mean...
Oh wait, this doesn't transfer any other effects that might accompany the damage.
Yeah, so I mean,
I would take the damage, but she would still suffer any other effect. Okay, well, then I'm going to use my Channel Divinity, Rebuke the Violent instead then.
All right.
He has to make a Wisdom saving throw. Spell save DC 17.
He made it.
All right, he takes half the damage he just dealt to her as... Oh, wait, no, never mind.
On a success?
On a success, he takes half damage. With it's my Channel Divinity, but I already used my Channel Divinity earlier to gain the bonus to Persuasion, so I can't use it again until I take a short rest. So never mind, I can't do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the damage then. Talamh will still suffer the other thing, but I'll take the 31 damage.
Okay.
I mean, you said it was 30 damage or 30?
31.
What? All right. Is it half rounded down or half rounded up? Do I need to make a 16 or a 15 on my concentration save?
Well, you're not taking the damage now. You're only suffering the other effects.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the concentration is still in effect then.
Yeah.
All right.
So I take. But I'll also have to make a concentration saving throw.
Yes.
Okay.
And you need a 15.
15. That's 26.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right. So Talamh still gets, I guess, the boils and whatnot, but she doesn't feel any pain. She doesn't feel any pain.
No pain, but Talamh, your speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on ability checks, saving throws, and attacks that are based on strength or dexterity.
Oh my gosh.
Well, good thing Magic Stone is a wisdom.
We need to... Okay, hopefully I can cure that with something.
We need to group them up is what we need.
All right, so that will end B's turn. Because he missed with his attack, but he got the evil eye off. And this one is on his whole...
Let's see here. Do I have...
Let me check one thing.
Okay, I do have Remove Curse, and I also have Lesser Restoration wouldn't do it. So
Greater
hopefully I can...
would, but...
Greater Restoration, but I don't have Greater Restoration. I don't even get Greater Restoration.
And just so I'm... okay, so it's going to roll that. And it's still... So it's still staticked, but that does not impact the evil eye. So,
Yeah, because it's a saving throw.
So I want to make sure that everybody knows I did double check. I read it to make sure, so we're all on the up and up.
Yeah, it's attacks and ability checks.
And Ridire, what are you concentrating on?
Shield of Faith.
Okay, that's right.
+2 to my AC.
Yeah, so I'm just going to put the little lock on ya so that I remember.
Well, at least I kept spike growth up by taking the damage for you.
All right, and then
It.
so it's C's turn, and he can only do an action, bonus action, or
Or move.
move. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Not sure where you were, but he looks down and he sees you now. A hill, there's only a few places you can go.
Is it too late to use? No, I'm not gonna worry about my reaction in case I need it for something else.
All right, Ridire, you're up.
All right, I'm not happy with what's going on here.
Can I point out this is the first combat in like 10 that I have done damage and caused a negative thing to happen? And if you wipe the floor with these guys right now, I am so happy.
I am going to move up here. So if he wants to swing at me with his reaction.
Oh, he's going to. No. No.
Okay.
That's a failure.
Yeah. Because now he has to move out of the spike growth to come to us. So I'm at the very least deal some damage to him. And I'm gonna swing my sword at this one that just attacked Talamh.
Go for it.
18.
Hit.
It's 5 slashing damage, and
slashing.
I'm going to do a level 2 smite.
Okay.
For 3d8 more radiant damage.
Roll
So
it
it's
up.
12 radiant damage.
12 damage as Ridire comes running up to get in between Talamh and the Fomorian and just carves into his kneecap. You watch as the sickly, dark, crimson blood sprays out.
Cool. I'm going to swing at him again.
Go for it.
That is an 8.
That will miss.
Yep. And then I will contested athletics to try and knock him prone.
Okay.
That's a 15.
Nat 20.
All right.
Oh, that's creepy.
I mean, admittedly, I slashed him in the kneecap and then punched him in the same kneecap with the shield. If that gives me advantage, and Nat 20 would still succeed. So
yeah. Yeah. But I'm using the sanguine dice on D&D Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get a nat 20,
sound, right?
Huh?
Makes like that squelching sound, right?
It makes a squelching noise, and then the heart beats inside the dice.
Yeah.
It's creepy. I love it.
Cool. Well, at least I hit him for a little bit of damage.
Oh yeah, you're B is showing some signs of wear and tear.
Yeah, he took all that psychic, so that's good. That's everything I can do then, because that was my bonus action to do the shield bash. So
all
I'll
right,
probably have to start using those for something else in the future.
Talamh, you're up.
5, 10, 15. I've canceled out my disadvantage. Is that good enough for flanking?
I would say no. You got to get behind him. He's a huge creature. Okay. So
20.
What's your speed?
40.
Wow. Yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay. So I'm going to smack him with my staff.
Ooh.
You have advantage because flanking.
But disadvantage.
Oh, no, but disadvantage. So crit fail.
Because of the curse of the evil eye.
You have to say the thing now.
What a cuggly beaver. I don't like it. I feel
not
dirty
okay. Now. It's not okay. I regret everything that led to that moment.
And then I'm gonna hit him with my fist.
15 will hit.
Yay.
All right, for 7.
Hey, it's something. That's if they're not resistant to non-magical damage.
Tallagh's staff is magical.
Yeah,
But
that's
not
her
the
fist, though.
unarmed. Yeah.
No, I
Yep.
don't have magical fists.
Yeah, that doesn't. That's the higher level of monk thing that gives you.
I would have to take
that.
6 levels of monk.
Can't punch ghosts yet.
And then,
Oh, Keyleth.
hold on. Let me see.
Or no, that's Bo. That was
Bo.
Bo. I can punch
What?
ghosts.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. No, I'm good.
All right.
Oh wait,
Oh,
I'm
oh.
gonna key point to as a other bonus action to take the dodge action, so I don't get hit.
That's probably smart. Because he's still at a -6 on his attacks, or not -6, minus D6. So minimum
that's
minus
right.
1.
He's not the one who's. Eh.
The one you're attacking is the
The one you were attacking is the one that has the synaptic.
Oh, so I don't need to.
No, it's still helpful.
Yeah. All right. Fine. I'll do
It's
that.
still probably a good idea. Because
Even
also
on
I can't
his-
take damage for you now. You're too far away from me.
Even on his attacks that don't hit, they seem to be hitting the ground pretty hard.
Yeah.
All right. Oliver, you're up.
I'm gonna use sword burst, acid flavored. So it's a dex 17 save.
Yeah, that's a fail. Oh, that's a 5.
So I believe. Let me just double check. I think it's +5 damage because of acid. I think
What's
that's
your
what I'm at.
it's your charisma modifier.
Yeah, so +5. So it's 10 acid damage. And then I'm going to Misty Step as a bonus action. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there. And then I'm going to use my movement to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. The bonus action hide.
Okay. I will say, because of the steps, this is difficult terrain, or it's a
Okay.
jump down. So if you want to do a dexterity save, a dexterity saving throw. No, an acrobatics check. Sorry. Athletics or acrobatics to see if... Yeah, you're fine.
12. Okay.
It's not a
Not
sheer
so
cliff
steep.
face.
Yeah, not so
But-
steep that it's dangerous, but steep enough that you need to be watching your footing.
Yep.
Okay.
12 is fine.
And then I need to roll stealth to hide again, or
Yes.
Well, wait, but did you? Because you don't have this free bonus action from Rogue yet.
Do I
So
not?
you
Oh, no, I
used
don't.
Misty
I
Step
guess-
as a bonus
no
action.
bonus
so
action. So I know I can't hide.
Oh, yeah. So
You
yeah,
can't hide.
not hidden.
I forgot about that. Yeah, no, that's next.
But
level.
you've broken line of sight very because I mean
Right.
through the tree he wouldn't have seen you when you appeared over here, so he hopefully doesn't really know where you're at now. Because he just saw you disappear is all.
Mhm. After acid swirled around me.
Yep.
Ooh, I like to flavor it as like the acid kind of like did like a tornado around me, doing damage to him, and then when the acid was gone, so was Oliver.
I love it. I love it. And with that, he's going to be... Alright. So it's the Fomorian turn. 5, 10, 15, 20.
So that's 12. No, it's.
Oh, wait.
64.
5, 10, 15. Never mind, he's going to stay put.
He can reach you from there?
He has a 15-foot reach.
Holy crap.
So he doesn't have to move. He's going to swing it all at Ridire, and I will say this, you would be flanked at that point. Kind of. I don't know. Group ruling. Would this be flanked? I'm hesitant about it.
It's borderline, so I really can't.
I mean,
it's
normally
on the
on a-
edge.
If he was here, yes, but because he's beside him, you've ruled no, that's not flanking before.
That's true because if he was
Yeah.
right here, if he was standing right here, if he was like over here,
Yeah, Ridire isn't a huge or large creature.
Yeah. The hard part is he can't get any more over to the side.
Yeah. If he was one space further over to the side, I would say that probably would be with his reach, but
because then it would be here to here.
because then it would effectively be from this space, whereas now it's kind of more it's coming more from this space.
The problem is that he can't move over at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I guess he doesn't get advantage.
Yeah,
he either has to move forward and take the damage, because then if he was right up close, I would maybe say sure, but with reach, it's kind of I don't know. I'd have to say probably not.
He's smart enough to not walk forward, so.
Well, that's good. That means if I survive this turn, next turn I just got to move a little bit further up, and and then I can force him to move if he wants to do anything.
All right, so that's a 24 to hit.
Do you still have 24 AC?
Yeah, my AC is still 24.
All right.
Good gravy, that's a lot.
That is so much. And that's going to miss. Because he has to roll a lot to even hit.
But in all fairness, unless I burn spell slots, I'm only doing at most like 6 damage a turn, since I don't typically hit with both attacks when I attack. So I can tank a lot. I can't really dish much damage. My entire job is to be a meat shield.
All right. Well, that's his turn. He can't move. So, all right. This one's going to turn. Can't really have him turning to look at Talamh, so he's looking at Talamh now.
Yeah.
And he's going to attack, because Shiny Man seems to be hard to hit. Keeps deflecting all the...
He has a disadvantage. Because I've taken the dodge action.
Yep.
He rolled the same thing both times. That's a 25.
Plus, he's also got the -6.
Oh, that's right.
The minus D6.
Yes, I will roll the D6.
That would still be a 19, which I think still hits her.
Does a 19 hit? Because he -6 to that.
Yeah, 19 will hit.
Yeah, so since he rolled 25 on both.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's going on?
That's a 23 to hit. Or 23 damage.
Okay, fine.
That was a good roll.
I can't take it for you because you're too far away.
Alright, well, let me roll my... Actually, I'm just going to do a dexterity saving throw, because it's basically my constitution with proficiency. Okay, half of 23. Yeah. I'm still keeping spike growth up.
Alright, well, he's going to hit you again.
God. Alright.
Yeah, that's going to miss. So, one hit worked, the other didn't. That's the end of his turn. And he's going to roll an intelligence check again to try and get out of that synaptic. 13. No. Right? What is it? 17?
Nope. 17.
17, that's what I thought. All right. So, he's still synaptized.
That's good.
All right, this one is no idea where Oliver Acid Man is, so he's just going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I don't like that.
Too far away to hit. Just barely.
Talamh, you should come grab me and we should thunder step away.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
On your turn.
Ridire, you're up.
All right. Yeah. How far can you thunder step? It's like 30 feet or something?
60 feet.
60 feet. Oh, cool. You can get us like way over here then. Yeah, I will.
90 feet.
90 feet.
90 feet is what I can thunder step.
And you can move, so you could go 1, 2, 3, 4 in order to be able to use it with me. So if I'm over here, that gives us the most range
Yeah.
down. So I'm gonna
She has
And
fast
I'm-
movement speed too. Don't forget.
I have 25, 10, 15. I can.
yeah, she
5,
can get
10,
to me from
15,
there.
20, so I can get to here.
Yep, I did the math. So yeah, and then I'm gonna swing at him.
Okay,
21.
that'll hit.
That's 5 slashing damage. And do I want to smite with that one? No, I'm gonna save my smites now. So I'll just swing again with a 20
Okay.
for 4 more. It is silvered, so it hopefully overcomes resistance. But and then bonus action. I'm just gonna try and knock him down again. Might as well. 13. Because I don't think I get advantage on that.
Succeeds.
Okay. Eventually, one of them's gonna fail. And
They're
then,
getting
and then-
close. They just are really strong.
yeah, they have the +6 just like me. So.
All right. Talamh, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna come down to here. And are we thunder stepping towards the B?
I'd say towards the B because then that kind of keeps the spikes in between us and them and gives
Alright.
them.
I will take Ridire's hand, and we are thunder stepping. I can go like clear down. Yeah, like anywhere I want to in this area. Where do you want to
Yeah,
go?
we can get all the way down over here.
Yeah,
Let's go next to Oliver
Okay.
because
Right
that
here?
makes the spikes directly between us and them. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, we'll go here.
Give me an affirm that I can step out.
Drop me right next to the B. Yeah.
So, well, I can't move you.
Yeah, I'll have to move me there.
All right. What do they take for damage? I was reading if I can attack of opportunity, but I can't.
No, you. I don't think you would be able to.
Nope.
It is. I'm gonna cast. It's just gonna be a 3rd level. And they will take 3d10. They need to make a DC 17 con save, or
It's
take
just-
3d damage, half on a failed save.
Yeah, it's just him, right? Because it doesn't have range
Yeah.
to hit any of the other ones. Yeah,
I think so. Let me make sure. Thunderstep is
it's like a 5-foot or 10-foot radius.
each creature within 10 feet.
Yeah, so
But I
the
was
other two
only
are.
here, so yeah.
Yeah, the other one's too far away. That's okay though. He's the wounded one, so hitting him for a little bit more would be nice.
What did you have? What did he have to beat?
Con
17.
save of 17.
He failed.
So
3d10 thunder damage, you said? So that's nice.
Have 17 thunder damage.
Ooh, nice.
He is looking rough.
Yeah, he's feeling it.
Cool.
All right. Oliver, you're up.
I'm gonna go
Oh.
5, 10,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
now they are grouped together.
You know how you said group them up? We did it for you, Oliver. We
So
did it.
I'm gonna use vitriolic sphere. They need to make a DC 17 Dex save. It is acid damage.
Oh
Do I have
yes.
that built in? I do. All 3 of them, because they're all within the 20-foot radius, or the 20-foot. I think
It's 20-foot radius, but that's a
I was
40-foot
thinking of
diameter. Yeah.
Sickening radiance, which is also something I thought about.
Yeah.
But that's a con save, and I figured these guys probably have con.
Their con's probably higher than their dex, I would
Con
assume.
A lot.
strength probably-
By a
Although
lot.
their dex probably isn't awful.
I
No,
figured-
it is about as average as you can get, being a 10.
Okay. Yeah.
They failed. All 3.
Well, they all take 30 acid damage, and at the end of their next turn, they'll take an additional 5d4 acid damage.
Oh, poor B. Everybody else is looking fine. I mean,
They're Fomorians. They're never looking fine.
yeah, fair enough.
I have no idea what they look like.
He has definitely taken the biggest beating.
Mostly from the effects of my spells, but also like everybody has just wailed on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. even though I'm not dealing that much damage, you got to think
Hitting him every time.
A tiny little dude stabbing you with a sword constantly is at the very least a huge annoyance when your brain's already hurting and you have acid spilling all over you.
Yeah.
Kicked in the shins by a tin can.
Yeah.
All right. Is that your turn, Oliver?
And then I'm going to go. I did 10, so 15, 20, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. A's turn. Yeah.
Smart enough to stay where he's going at, or is he going to move out the top and move around, or is he going to run straight through it towards us?
How dumb is the dummy?
They're actually not very dumb.
Ooh.
They have fairly average intelligence, I believe.
Yeah.
They're
5,
it's not their
10,
super strong suit.
so that's 20, 25, 30.
So 6d4, right?
Yep.
Yep.
12. God.
I mean, you could be really harsh and say because he occupies more space, he's technically moving through more space of it, but
Nah.
that's not in the spirit of, I think, what the spell.
I could also be mean about it and say because he's taking up more space, he takes bigger steps and can get out of it a lot easier.
True.
Still, though, 12 piercing damage is nice. That's
So-
helpful.
Yeah.
Because it's magical, too. That's the nice thing.
All right, so he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60.
At the very least, we're forcing them to take the long way around.
And
Yeah.
he's going to sigh angrily and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You know what? No. 10, 20, 25, 30. 5,
Oh.
10, 15, 20, 25. He's not going to try and make it. He's going to stay there.
Great.
And Oliver, he's going to go one over, so he has line of sight. Oliver, he is going to glare at you.
Plus 5.
20. The 25 then.
Yep. All right. That you take 10 psychic damage.
Oh, you have hurt me so bad. Oh, I'm sure I'm gonna do a little. Oh, look, my spine, it's twisting. That is crazy.
Yeah, laugh it off, Oliver.
Which kind of comes out all as it warps your face. All right. That's their turn. They.
Oh, well, then they take 16 acid damage.
Well, okay then.
Please tell me B drops dead after making all of that running. The acid seeps into all of the cuts and just...
You watch as he coughs up just this massive glob of blood. Blood is pouring from his ears, his nose. He's still on his feet, but he looks hurt. Ridire, you're up.
How thick does this glass look?
How skilled are you at glass making?
Very, actually. I was very...
Yeah, it was always in my character backstory.
Yeah.
Or I fell into the criminal underworld. I made bell jars.
If you go into my character bio, it says
Specifically for Fey wasps.
it says
Light if it's
it says member of the Glass Blowers Guild in my allies and organizations section. So
Took 10 years of glass blowing apprentice.
I was you know how they let you do like crafts when you're in prison?
I was the Johnny Tremaine of glass blowing.
I did glass blowing. Yeah. No. Okay, I'm going to.
It's a glass bottle that's 6 feet tall.
Yeah, I'm gonna
make the
try and
estimation.
smash. I'm gonna try and smash the glass.
Okay.
Ridire's name is actually Dale Chihuly.
Do I need to make an
I don't get that
attack,
reference.
or
Yeah,
do I?
you make an attack.
All right, I'm gonna two-hand my sword for this attack. I don't know what I have to roll to hit because it's a stationary, inanimate object. But there's an attack for slashing damage. I don't have something that does bludgeoning, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that does not damage it.
Like, at all? Doesn't even, like, scratch it or crack it at all or anything? It just...
Nope. The armor class for it is higher than 8.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you hit it, but
I hit it at a bad angle.
Yeah. You hit, but it slides off, and you cut a little of the cork off, but not enough to make a difference.
I'm gonna swing it. I'm gonna swing at it again. Then that's a 14.
That'll hit.
12 slashing damage.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna roll to see if that's not the right one.
I'm like, if nothing else, I'm gonna free this wasp.
We'll split it down the middle. Okay. You make a giant dent in it. It is not broken completely, but it is cracking.
Okay. Because I made the attack action, can I attempt to shield bash it to knock it over and hope it shatters?
I'll allow it.
Cool. Contested athletics against a bottle. That's a 21. I needed to roll that against stupid Florian.
It's gonna roll a strength check, which will be its health, and it will get a +0 because it's Hey, look, it fails. By a significant amount. You hit it with the shield right in the crack that you've been creating, and it shatters.
Yeah. Woo! Awesome.
I don't know if I should have allowed that or not, but I don't care. It's flavor and fun. The wasp is free.
Cool. Hopefully she'll fly off to her family and then bring them all back to wreak terrible vengeance on the Fomorians.
She stings you in the neck, causing 80 points of poison damage.
No!
I'm resistant to poison damage, and therefore I take 40 damage, so I could take it.
Even in his hyperbole, you're still okay.
You're like freaking Dwight Schrute. And my dream salary is $80,000.
I might not actually have resistance to poison. I thought that was part of the diseased immunity thing, but I don't think it is. Well, that's from my race, but I thought paladins got resistance, but I could be wrong on that.
I don't think you are.
Because I have
and disease, but
it's only disease, yeah. So yeah, actually, 80 poison damage would kill me. Only because I took 30 damage previously.
That's right, I did 30 damage to you! Yes!
Well, no, you did 30 damage to Talamh, which I took instead.
Yes! Vindication!
He also made it so that we had a saving throw that we would always take damage on, even if we succeeded. So we could just say, I did a little bit.
That's true, yeah, because that charisma save, even me with a plus 14 to charisma saves, would have taken some damage from it. So,
yeah. I did take some damage from it.
You did. All right, so the wasp is free. Hopefully, it'll do something. At the very least, it's free now, because now that means we can run away if we need to.
All right,
keeping us here.
Talamh, you're up.
Should I just... You know what? I'm just going to hit B with a magic stone.
Yeah, let's just. He's hurt real bad. Let's see if freeing the wasp and killing one of them might scare the other two off.
Will a 22 hit?
You have disadvantage, so it'd be a 19.
Not on wisdom.
The throw itself is wisdom?
Yep.
Fine. Will a 19 hit?
It's magic.
It is technically a spell.
It uses her wisdom for the attack.
Yeah.
It uses her spell
It's
attack.
weird how magic stone
Even
works.
Magic stone is weird.
Yeah,
it uses her stuff.
If they throw it, it uses my wisdom.
Yeah, she's imbuing it with magic, and so it's essentially like you're tossing it, but the magic is kind of like redirecting its flight path.
Yeah, alright. Yeah.
Is the way I've always pictured it because of the way it functions.
As long as I have that picture in my head, I'm fine with it. So yes, a 22 hits.
Alright, 11 bludgeoning. Magical.
You watch as this magic stone sails and catches him right in the forehead and just sprays this blast of skull and flesh.
Oh.
And he's still standing, but he is really, really hurt.
Oh my goodness.
I was hoping you would fall into the spikes.
I can't believe he's still on his feet after that one. So,
Okay.
alright, yes, he's still on his feet.
I think it's... Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, and as part of that bonus action, Oliver gets a magic stone.
Okay.
Very good.
Ridire can have one too.
Does that count as me casting a spell if I were to throw that, or is that...
No, it's
She
just an
cast the
attack.
spell, so
It's just an
it's,
attack
Okay.
that uses my wisdom.
So I would still be able to use a spell afterwards.
I mean, it would be
Well,
an attack.
you have to use
It's an
action
action,
for it.
so...
Yeah.
So
What I'm saying is
you
I
could-
have a bonus action I can do,
Yeah,
so...
Yeah.
you could use your sorcery points to cast a spell with a quicken spell.
Right. But
Yes.
what instead I'm going to do is I'm going to, as she hands it to me, I'm in that moment of touch, I'm going to cast Dragon's Breath at 3rd level, acid damage. So now you have Dragon's Breath, so we both give each other a spell. And
Yay.
you can use that. I am concentrating now. That is a bonus action. And it is, just so you know, it's a 15-foot cone of acid damage, Talamh.
So it gives you an extra option.
So I'm going to do 5, 10, and then I'm going to throw the magic stone at B.
I'll
Alright.
roll magic stone. How about a magic stone?
That'll hit!
So 8
8.
damage.
9.
No, the plus one's only for the critical.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 8. Sorry.
Alright, so as you throw the first stone and you see part of the skull get blasted away, Oliver walks up and you hand him a stone and like you said, as you pass off the stone, you watch as this greenish this liquidy energy courses into your veins and into your lungs, and with that Oliver throws the stone and it hits the Fomorian in the face a second time, this time falling prone into the spike growth, and is thoroughly deceased.
Yay!
All right.
And
One
then I'm
down.
gonna basically step back to where I was.
Okay.
And then that's my turn.
This one, A, is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You're dead over here now.
One good thing is you can probably stop concentrating on spike growths.
Yeah.
5, 10.
Although we could just keep teleporting to either side of it and making them run around it.
It's true.
5, 10,
I don't know how many
15,
times you
20,
can cast
25,
that, but
30.
I can cast mine. What level is it?
oh, do you both have
Okay.
it? Oh wow.
I have Misty Step, so I
Yeah.
can teleport myself, and I could do it 3 more times at least.
Yeah, but she could
Can-
take both of us. You can take like up to two,
No, I can
up to
take
3
one.
people.
one
Oh,
per
just
one
one person.
person.
Okay.
And I'd have to do it first so I didn't get zapped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oliver, go ahead and roll another charisma check.
+5.
20.
That'll succeed. Take, 11 psychic damage.
Okay.
That'll be the Fomorian turn. Feywasp is going to fly 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. It is going to roll a 21 to sting.
Oh.
Sting him in his stupid eye.
And that actually didn't roll properly, because that's actually a 23 to hit. And deals 4 piercing damage.
And 80 poison.
And he has to take a DC Constitution saving throw. Which he fails.
God.
Taking...
And they're smart enough to know that I saved her.
10 poison damage.
Nice. It's not a ton yet, but it helps.
That's probably the second most damaged one.
And you watch as it locks, as the Fomorian gets stung on the neck, and all of his muscles tighten up.
Oh.
He is paralyzed.
Oh.
Dex save heaven!
Oliver is just so happy now.
I'd also like to point out that Dragon's Breath is a Dex save as well.
Well, I think we have found our new target, guys.
Wow. All right. Well, Ridire, it's your turn. That was the Feywasp turn.
I cannot get close enough. Is he still standing paralyzed, or is he fallen prone paralyzed?
No, he's standing.
Cool. I'm gonna throw my magic stone at him.
Think of it literally as like earth bending.
I'll move to here. I'll move just a little bit closer and then throw it at him.
Oh, that's right. He was supposed to have disadvantage on that saving throw. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Talamh just needs to roll it for me.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
Magic stone. 22.
That'll hit.
6 bludgeoning damage.
All right. He's looking rough.
And
Actually, at this point, they're all starting to look rough or are completely dead.
how many hit points are you down, Talamh?
None. Oh no, 23.
I was gonna say, no, I hit you. I did damage.
Don't
I'm
worry
gonna
about
lay.
it.
You sure?
I mean, I'm at 67.
Okay, you and me are at about the same then.
And plus, I have access to about 40 more right now.
That's true. You could
I
go
need
into
it.
your rock form. Okay, then I guess that's an action. I don't want to use a smite spell. So I think that's pretty much everything I can do.
Okay.
Let me just double check real fast if I want to use this, but at this point I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, nope. Okay, yep, yeah, that'll be my turn then.
All right, Talamh, you're up.
I would recommend moving closer to this one so we can just keep the other one kind of out of the
Yeah.
picture for
So
now.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. About all I can move. And I'm gonna
If you went diagonal, you can move one closer.
So go here? Or I don't want... Because that's the... I'm in the tree, right?
You could go to here if you wanted.
Oh, okay.
Or
I think that puts you in range of the dragon's breath.
5, 10,
5,
15.
10, 15. Oh no,
Nope.
you're just one
short.
away.
And then... As a key point, should I just use Step of the Wind so that I can get to here?
I mean, you could, because he automatically fails dexterity saving throws if he's paralyzed. So
That's true.
so you'll just hit him with poison or acid damage. He's big enough that you can easily angle it to not hit the wasp. So
Sure. That's my other key point.
And are you gonna use Dragon's Breath for that? then?
Yeah, Dragon's Breath away.
might as
Okay.
well. She's
So
got
I
it,
need
and
to
he's
do
in
that,
prime.
Plus, I need to, since I did it at a higher level, I need to do another D6, of course. So 19 acid damage.
Good lord.
Alright.
Because he automatically fails, right?
Mhm.
Paralyzed, I believe, because I know prone you automatically fail. I'm pretty sure paralyzed is the same thing because you can't move.
Yeah.
I'll double check for you while you're
Thank you. 17 damage.
paralyzed.
17, 14.
Automatically fails strength and dex saving throws.
And then... Oh, he can't move or attack or anything, can he?
Nope.
Alright. You know what? Because I still have some movement speed, I am going to take a step back, so I'm not, like...
Yeah,
Actually, one more.
since Step of the Wind gave you that extra movement.
Might as well use it while I have
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wait, you know what I should do? I should cast Long... I should have cast Long Strider on myself and be back to 30.
But then you would have had to put down the spike growth.
I'm not concentrating anymore, by the way, because that's gone.
Oh, did you fail it?
No, but when you use the spell,
It
the
ends.
spell is used.
Oh,
Oh.
I thought it
think,
stays
right?
on you because that's how it was. That's what we did before.
Is it?
That was
Until the spell ends. Oh, I guess it is. It
Until
just
the
says
spell
until
ends, the creature can use an action. Yep.
Okay, so you can use it more than once, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a one use. Very cool.
All right. That was Talamh's turn. Oliver, you're back up.
I am going to acid the ball. I'm going to do it to this guy, but just enough so that it's out of range, so that that she doesn't get hurt. Boom. So that is 37 acid damage.
Good lord.
Automatically fails the save. Gosh, that wasp has no idea how much of a contributor to our party it is right now.
I know.
To the crew.
All the paralyzed enemies. I mean, I guess I have hold person, but it doesn't work against these guys. They're too big.
Boom. Missile? No, missile's done. All right, Oliver, is that your turn?
And then I'm going to move 5. Yeah, 5.
Okay.
That's it. Turn.
Yep, that's enough. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
He's running away.
Which is fine, because we
And-
can tell the Bear King about him.
Yeah.
He, let's see.
The psychic link that the queen has with her hive is already connected now that she's out of the bottle, and all of a sudden the swarm comes out and out of the trees. Zzz.
Still poisoned, so still paralyzed. It lasts for 1 hour.
Oh, and
Crazy.
he doesn't get to make saves against it?
No, even if he regains all his hit points, it is,
Cool.
Well,
Well, now the wasp gets to go, so I'm going to see what the wasp does. I'm going to follow the wasp's lead now.
We
All
found
right.
a leader, finally.
Well,
Can
wasp
we make
is
the wasp a permanent party member?
going to...
We'll have just like a swarm of wasps.
hey, Shrubby has some nectar.
Yeah.
All right. Unfortunately, all the hits miss. It missed with its stinger, so it's just going to go 5, 10, 15,
It
20,
does have
25, 30.
advantage to hit.
Yeah, I rolled.
Oh, okay. Okay.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
So I tried to sting him a few more times, and now, you know what? That's okay.
Yep, it's going back to its nest. I'm going to turn
Yep.
it around the other way because that's dumb. There we go. All right. Well, top of the order. Talamh.
Ridire.
It's Ridire.
Ridire.
Ridire's going to run up here.
Control.
And Ridire's going to swing his sword. Two-handed. With advantage. Oh, that's a 12.
That misses. You stumble on the steps a little bit.
Stumble on the
and
steps. And I'm not used to swinging my sword two-handed.
You watch as
No,
there's a little acid pool that's formed, and it's just bubbling, and you're just like, oh, I don't want to step in that. Whoops.
Yeah.
Can you,
All right.
yeah, can you continue your movement just a little bit so I don't hit you?
That's my full movement to get
That
to
was
there.
your... Oh, crap. All right.
All right. Anything else?
I'm going to swing again.
Okay. That'll
I have
hit.
advantage, so 20 hits. 11 slashing damage. Also, when paralyzed, any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet.
Really?
So, yep. So I get to roll an extra d10.
I mean, go for it. Wow!
21 slashing damage.
Well, with 3 hit points left, 21 damage is going to... How do you want to do this?
So he's still standing. He's just like...
Yeah,
frozen
he's
in
just
place,
locked
right?
in place.
Okay, I'm trying to think of like what video game or movie it's from. I run up his leg and just bring my sword down across and like chop off his head.
Legolas him.
Yeah, I Legolas him.
All
Or
right.
no, I don't run up his leg. That's a more dexterity thing. I do just like a huge, like powerful jump, and just somehow that little extra burst of strength.
There you
myself
go.
Up into the air. Boosted probably by the magic. Yeah. All right. Cool. That's my turn.
There you go. Talamh, it's your turn.
I mean, what can I do?
You can choose to end combat or chase after the guy running away.
Well, there's no way I'm catching up to him.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna not stay in combat.
Okay. We're gonna Squid Game this. So if the majority vote to end, then we will end.
Are you just spoiling Squid Game for me?
Not even a little bit.
Okay.
That's like first episode, first 10 minutes.
I haven't watched it yet because I don't have Netflix anymore, and I really want to because everyone keeps telling me it looks good.
It's pretty good. I don't have the hype for it that other people do, but it was good.
I want to send one more, just a little get out of town acid ball, but
Go for it.
So he needs to act. Since he's not paralyzed, he needs to make a dex save.
He did. He got a nat 20. Oh, wait. Nope. That's the wasp. Wrong button. I was like, that? I mean, the 20 is still there. It just wasn't the +3. So he does succeed.
15.
Oh, man. That really hurt him.
It's the one that's running away.
Yep.
Nice.
And then I'll end combat.
Okay. Ridire, are you
gonna
ending
use-
Oh, wait. No, it's not your turn. It's his turn. So he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And at that point, he is off the board.
Yeah, I'm gonna come down here and I'm going to hope that it's a curse since I don't have greater restoration, and I will cast remove curse on Talamh again to try and end the thing that was done to her.
You watch as you lay the hands on her, and she, all of a sudden, within a few seconds, the boils clear away, the welts, the scars, and she stands up straight. You hear a loud cracking noise as her spine reforms into shape, and Talamh is back to normal.
Good. Okay. Whew.
So, thought I was gonna be stuck like that for the rest of my life.
The funny thing
We
is,
would've-
you could have. It only goes away if you successfully do a saving throw at the end of, or at the start of each, or at the end of each long rest.
So if you fail the saving throw every day, it could last forever.
It could last forever.
Oh, good thing I have remove curse.
Does Eagle Splendor... Wait, so when it says charisma checks, does that include saving throws?
No.
No.
Ah,
Just be ability
poo.
checks.
I'm going to use 5 sorcery points to regain a 3rd level slot.
Okay.
I say we travel back to the wasp nest first, just to make sure everything's calmed down, and then head back to the king and say, hey, you'll need to get people over there producing it again and gathering it, but we solved the problem.
Yep.
All right.
And we can tell him about one more Fomorian that's running around, potentially messing with his stuff.
So, in the interest of time, because it is late and we need to get wrapping up.
Oh my god, it is late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are able to travel back to the farm, or what's left of it.
Mhm.
You watch as the queen rejoins the colony, and upon her return and going down into one of the nests, one of the wasps flies down to the group and kind of walks around you a little bit and then buzzes over to a corner of the barn and starts buzzing around that area, and you're able to find a couple of boxes of mead.
Oh, sweet.
In
Yeah.
the portable hole they go.
Yep, we'll put them in the portable hole and take those back to the king.
All right, you head back to the king, and we will pick up with your triumphant return. We'll say you return, and I'm assuming you're going to give the mead right to the king.
Yeah, well, it'll cure his withdrawal, hopefully. So then we can talk to him, and then he can, use his brain a bit better to, get the farm up and running again.
Yeah. So, all right. So you hand the mead to Leaf, who goes into the king's hut, and a few seconds later, Leaf comes hurtling out of the tent, and comes hurtling out of the tent and says to you all that the king is very pleased and he'll be with you in a few minutes. I'm gonna go take a rest. As he nurses this just fist-sized dent in his chest.
Ow. Okay. We did it.
There we go. So,
Oh man.
This thing is like, this fight would have been really tough if we weren't able to kite them around that spike growth.
Hey, I did my job.
It's so useful.
Oh,
Like, even if they know it's there and they don't step in it, it still makes it really
They're
inconvenient.
gonna
for them.
hopefully at least try to actively avoid it. Yeah. So
Plus, it was up against like this whole terrain.
good use
So-
of terrain, and Oliver's running away, so that C had to keep going back and forth and couldn't. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so glad I had Misty Step.
You gave it to
really
him.
well.
I mean, there's the other thing too of like, with shield I have a 22 AC.
Yeah.
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 So I mean,
Plus, these two guys have ridiculous charisma saves.
I have a +9.
I never even had to roll mine. I was
Yeah.
plus 14.
Plus 14 if I have the +5 to it.
Yeah. Yeah. If he's standing next to me, we both have a plus 14.
yeah,
I'm next to Ridire, it's only +6, and I still failed.
Yeah.
I
But I
now
rolled
have a
really low.
list of tactics to keep in mind when I'm building encounters against you guys, including what saving throws to avoid.
Charisma's
So.
probably the best ones
Uh,
for me and Oliver.
yeah,
Until I take resilient and everything else.
it turns out that if I really want to hurt you all, it has to be intelligence. None of you have a high bonus to intelligence saving throws.
Oh, so great, Illithids.
Yep.
There aren't a ton of things that use intelligence saving throws that in the same way.
Beware
Wisdom's the
the-
most common one.
Beware the
Mind
city
flayers.
of the mind flayers.
So we're about to
We just won't go.
encounter a lot of mind flayers. He's changing an entire like part of the thing where the lost city just mind flayers now.
Shar is just a giant mind flayer.
All right. Well, it is almost 9 o'clock, so we are going to bid you all a good night. Thank you for watching. Again, if you're catching this at a later date, we are raising money for Extra Life. We would really love to get some money into that, so please consider donating if you have the means. If not, we understand, but if you do, it's a great charity. So, catch us not next weekend, but the following. We're still undecided on the date for that. We might make some changes for Halloween, so be aware of that. And as always, may you roll those nat 20s and avoid those critical fails. Or we're going to call them by that bad thing. So, have a good night.
We're not using that word again.
Good night, everybody.
That's terrible. Oh.